Well, hey everybody. It is Thursday, June 18th, 2026, and it's time for Marvel Legendary Randomizer number 169. We are getting close to the 200 mark, but we got to get through a bunch of more randomizers to get there. Also, happy Marvel Legendary 2nd Edition release week. It's very exciting. I'm happy for everybody who has the set. I currently do not have the set. I'm still waiting for mine, so I obviously won't be able to play it yet. But when I have it, I will be able to play it for all of you and do some fun setups going over that set. I did just put out a video, though, going over all the cards in 1st edition compared to 2nd edition, and telling you with each card what the changes were. Some are barely changed at all, and some are drastically new changes, and some aren't even the same card anymore, just with references to the original card. So if you didn't check that out, it might be interesting to you. Take a look. Thank you, Joel. Well, a lot of subs are coming in. Yeah, today's my birthday stream, so thank you all for sending the birthday wishes. It's very kind. And we need it because we had a really rough setup this last week. By the way, if you want to watch that video, just go to youtube.com/BagelTopGames, or just click on my profile. You'll find it there. And thank you, everybody. It's very kind. I see a lot of stuff coming in. I'll go over that in a second. Thank you all. But like I said, we need it because this was last week. We had to fight Epic Poison Thanos with United States split by Civil War. Epic Poison Thanos is one of the top 3. I think he is the toughest Mastermind in the game, only compared to Epic Dark Phoenix in both versions of Onslaught. And then United States split by Civil War is also a very, very tough setup. Given that, I would love to know what you think the win rate was for this one. We did have a good number of players. Let me check how many people played. We had 15 people, including myself, who played this setup. Did anybody win? Thank you, everybody. Very kind. Hopefully that means it'll be a good luck game for me today. Yeah, I know a lot of folks are waiting for their 2nd edition. Again, myself included. But luckily we did know most of the cards that were in there ahead of time. And yeah, I think we're all hyped for it. I'm ready to integrate it into stuff. I want to bring it into the Randomizer League. I want to update it for Arcade and Adventure. That's going to take a little bit of time, so stay tuned for that. I hope it arrives soon as well. Thank you. So we got an 8% win rate, a 0% win rate. You're welcome. Yeah, I did that last night. I'm like, you know what? I don't have the set yet. What can I do? And I said, you know what? I wanted to do this anyway. I'll just go through all the cards. I literally had Legendary Card Game in one browser and my card gallery in the other, and I just kind of put them both into OBS and just scrolled through and recorded my thoughts on the changes and what I noticed. There's a lot of stuff. There's some things I missed I didn't go over in the video. For example, Blob's new effect, I talked about it. He's called The Blob now, which is his actual name, I guess. But he fortifies the Mastermind. That's basically what he does. I forgot to mention that he kind of uses that keyword without using it. There's a few references to keywords without using the keywords. For example, Abomination now has the Abomination keyword. But I missed that. He kind of fortifies, which is cool. Okay, let's go ahead and go over these results. 11% was too high off the cuff. 8% was too high, Montax, for a win rate for Epic Poison Thanos splits United States by Civil War. Let me show you the actual win rate right about now. Actually, I have to hide the setup, I think. Okay, the actual win rate was 0. Nobody won. Nobody won. So, Loki Thorson, you were correct. No one was able to take down Epic Poison Thanos with this game. We've only had one other 0% win rate setup in the entire Randomizer League history, and that was against Maria Hill's Organized Crime Wave. We did play that setup twice because it randomized again for some reason, and another time somebody won, but that's the only other setup nobody won. Taking a look at some of these setups, poor Off the Cuff at the bottom, who has publicly expressed his opinion on Epic Masterminds. Yeah. Well, it's in theory, somebody can win this. That's why it's near impossible. I guess it technically should be impossible, but I don't have enough data. I don't have a big enough sample size to prove that. So that's as comfortable as I'm able to say. And yeah, Off the Cuff says, this loss was completely unrelated to the Mastermind being epic. Dormammu twist, strike, twist. What a spectacular waste of time. La Sombra had 5 twists in 10 turns. Kyla only saw 1 henchman. yeah, it's rough. What's cool about the Randomizer League scoring, though, is there is still a winner. Somebody was able to get to lose the best against Epic Poison Thanos. So let's find out who that was. Looking at our top 10 this week. By the way, it was a 1.8, terrible. I'm a bit surprised the fun level is not lower. There is an abhorrent level that is even lower than this, but this is more fun than abhorrent. So I guess you can say that. Okay, 10th place is Joestum with 30.5 total rank points. 9th place is Lehman's Drop Top with 33.5 total rank points. Gave it a 2 out of 5 fun. Recruited shield heroes in the hopes of getting heroes with more than 2 attack, but the recruit didn't come together enough. The recruit did a fine job of interfering with enough attack, though. I could manage the city to squelch the scheme, but could never touch Poison Thanos. His Master Strike is so awful, you guys. 8th place is Commander Kane, 34.5 total rank points. 1 out of 5 fun. I don't believe that I ever have been as pissed off by this game as I was with this match. May Epic Poison Thanos be expelled into the furthest cosmos, unto the most barren moon, and nuked 47 times. I need a break. Well, at least you weren't the only one here. 7th place is Tech Fiend Spot, 35 total rank points. Gave it a 3 out of 5. This entire game was balanced on a knife's edge. 2 twists and 4 turns meant we were always in danger. We still managed to hit Thanos twice, but we couldn't get the city clear enough, and the 7th twist ended it. 6th place, Mike H. Legendary, 36.5 total rank points. Our game started with Henchmen, Scheme Twist, and we're worried our whole game would be over by turn 4. They were able to clear the sewers the entire rest of the game and didn't lose to the scheme. We're able to generate 13 or 15 attack on some turns, but nowhere near hitting Epic Poison Thanos. Thanos was only 20 attack at the end of the game. The 2 fun rating is due to the thrill of not losing to the scheme. Yeah, I think that'll do it. 5th place, Lambertian also did not win. Again, nobody did. 37.5 total rank points, 2 out of 5 fun. Did their best and survived the scheme, but I didn't make even 1 hit against Poison Thanos. That guy stole 18 heroes and raised up to 20 attack early on. Impossible with the given heroes. Next match, please. Next match will be very soon. 4th place is Canis with 38.5 total rank points. With a 3 out of 5 fun level, Thanos got to 18 attack early. Ouch, and never really hit him. That's a pattern. Other than taking the armor off of him, had no trouble keeping the city clear all game. Well, I couldn't even take the armor. The Cuckoos were the MVP of that one, even though I did have trouble getting their formations to work half the time. All right, who are our top 3 biggest losers of the week? Looks like it's a tie for 2nd place between KB Driven and Red John. 40 total ranks points each. Looks like they both took exactly 43 turns. I think that's the maximum turns. That's why everybody got that. And, wow, did you have a perfect tie? I think so. You had the exact same total VP and the exact same turn count. So it's a perfect tie, even though KB had a little bit more of a fun game. And said, this is going well for a while. Player 1 got lots of Cuckoos and Man-Thing strength common unfortunate, quickly allowing them to get the city cleared and even an early hit on Poison Thanos. Player 2 used Scar and Elsa got an early transform, but then things started slowing down when Thanos started stealing stuff. And Red John stalled out with a lot of turns with nothing to fight. Only hit his armor thanks to Zola. Didn't see any of the teleport or ramping cards, so maybe you should have cycled the HQ more. Tough setup. Yeah, not often you have a perfect tie. That's pretty cool. The tiebreaker would be VP differential. So if I did do a tiebreaker for this, it looks like Red John had more of a even distribution across victory piles than KB did, but doesn't really matter. And 1st place, the biggest loser of the week, was Mikey Gill with 42.5 total rank points, who was able to also run the deck out, but also got a little bit more points per turn. We gave it a 1 out of 5 fun. Both sides apparently called for a ceasefire since I maxed out on turns, and the game ended in a draw. Well done, everybody. Thank you for playing that terrible setup. It is now objectively a terrible setup, so there you go. So we can put that behind us. We don't have to worry about that anymore. We now have a new setup to play. And I do real quick want to give a couple of thank yous before I even do that, because you guys were all so nice today. It really means a lot. So Ken and I, thank you for 6 months with a tier 1 sub. Montax, thank you for 48 months of the Prime sub. Woohoo, 2nd edition week, very true. You guys did a hype train. That's so cool. Jalt with a 47 months of a sub saying happy birthday. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I'm happy to be here with all of you playing my favorite game on my birthday. And Montax, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate that so much. And those of you who got the subs, spam those emotes in the chat. They'll fly around in the back of the screen and everybody will have a good time. All right. You just missed the results, Catherine Metroidica. Nobody beat Epic Poison Thanos. Not a single person. Which really isn't a surprise. I'm the winner of being a loser. You were the best loser. That whole game felt like doing a lot of nothing. It's the Seinfeld of legendary setups. I'm shocked. Shocked, I tell you, shocked. Okay. Before I move on with today's setup, I want to once again shout out the Custom Legendary Unity Guild, or the CLUG, in the Discord. It has really picked up. I think we have a peer-reviewed system for doing custom legendary sets. And the way it works is if you leave feedback on people's projects, you get points, and then you can spend those points to get a feature for your week where everybody has their eyes on your project for a week. And right now, I think we have like six maybe, or 7 maybe, or 8 maybe projects in the queue. People wanting to get features for following weeks. And that's really exciting. So there's a lot of activity that's going to be going on there for the next 2 months and beyond. And it's been on a really cool roll. So go check it out. Even if you have no interest in custom cards, come and chat and just look at what people are working on. It's exciting to even lurk. And yeah, we got 2 finalized sets. Off the Cuff set has released, and my Henchmen pack has released, and there's some others that are very close. The whole point of the CLUG is to make the highest standard of custom legendary cards all in one place. Anyway, I understand. All right, let's go ahead and randomize our new game. So here's the deal. Let me talk about 2nd edition real quick since it has released. We've seen the whole thing. For those who just got here, I did like a 1 hour and change video on all the changes with the cards from 1st to 2nd edition. Go check that out if you want. Now, we had a couple of questions come up on how to handle things in the randomizer. First of all, we have heroes that are retired because they've appeared 10 times, or 10 more times than the least appearance, which the lowest appearance. What am I trying to say? Some heroes have appeared 0 times, so 10 is 10 more than 0. And they're retired. Storm is one of them, but I think based on your feedback, once we introduce 2nd edition to the randomizer, we are going to completely reset those core set heroes. Are going to be removed, and the 2nd edition will come in, and so Storm won't be retired anymore since her hero set is different. Also, I was asked, Off the Cuff asked me if, hey, are you going to use the Henchmen from, I think specifically the Hydra Spies from Phase 1, since now the new Savage Land mutates are very different. And I've decided not to. Phase 1 is still the least owned set, and the mechanics are updated for a reason. I know they were completely changed. So I'm going to just leave that one as it is. Keep it easy. The rest of the Phase 1 henchmen mostly reflect... the other henchmen didn't really get changes like the Savage Land mutates / Hydra Spies did. And then when am I going to introduce 2nd edition to the randomizer? I think... it depends. I don't have it yet, so I can't play it. But also, I want other people to be able to get it, because if I do a 2nd edition setup, or there's an element of it, it's going to be hard for people to play, which is, part of the randomizer league since I use out-of-print sets. So I might wait a month or 2, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. Captain Trotica says, I think the first time you get Gambit, you should have to play 1st edition instead of 2nd edition just for funsies. Well, that's the thing. We'll see if Gambit shows up in the next month or 2. He could show up today. If you put the energy out there, maybe he'll appear. All right, let me go ahead and get this randomization ready. Once again, here was our last week's setup. We're going to do something brand new, so let me know what you want to see today, what you don't want to see today. Is this going to be... did Gambit hear about the release of the game? Is he finally going to show up? By the way, 2nd edition Gambit looks so much better. I can't wait to play his hero set, and all of them. Since I did the overview, I got pretty familiar with the changes, and they all look great, so I'm excited for that. Let me get ready to add a new match. By the way, yeah, nobody won, so Epic Poison Thanos and regular Poison Thanos and the Schemer is still in the pool here for randomization. All right, let's see what you all say, and then I'll randomize this, and we'll play some new Legendary today. Would love to see Ancient One. Ancient One would be great against Epic Poison Thanos, by the way. Not that I'm trying to get him to come back, but that would have been helpful. Civil War of the Hulks. So, okay, that would be interesting. He has to wait until the last moment. He is a bit dramatic. Ego would be fun. I think he's still in the rotation after we reset everything. By the way, in case you don't know, I did defeat all Masterminds in the game at a certain point when those were the only Masterminds in the game, and once I did that, I reset all the Masterminds, so they're back in the pool. We are still going through every single scheme. We haven't defeated every scheme in the game, so I think we're down to like 1/3 of the total schemes. Zhengzhu's Red Room, Watu. Are you casting? It sounds like you're casting a spell, Snatch Cat. Time Heist would be great. I think that's still in there. You can check the Randomizer League spreadsheet at League or randomizerleague.bigoutopgames.com or league.bigoutopgames.com to see what's eliminated. All right, I'm gonna randomize. Red Hulk could be great. Anything would be better than what we dealt with this past week. Okay, here we go. I'm randomizing the thing, and in 3, 2, 1. Cool. Horrors. We got horrors. We got X-Men. We got Insane Asylum. This is a rough one. Another epic. So yeah, Epic Shadow King throws horrors in the game. He's not the hardest. He's probably one of the easier X-Men masterminds of the epics, but the Giants of Jotunheim have appeared again. All right. I'm not getting a break this week. Randomizer says horrors for birthday horrors. All right, let me know what you think I should do here. Let me grab these cards. Okay, Shadow King. At least the Monsters Unleashed are fun. Monsters Unleashed. Shadow X. Yeah, he's definitely less bad. Wasn't on my bingo card either. Got the Giants. Fun heroes, though. Yeah, Moon Knight and the Asylum is appropriate. We have some... Polaris maybe will work with Cloak and Dagger. I don't know. Okay. Moon Knight, Polaris, Sunspot. Alright. Okay. I think that's everybody. And I gotta grab the scheme. There's some weird, weirdly good theming here. So, Cloak and Dagger want that ranged and covert, and there's not a lot of that. Sunspot and Polaris have some, so maybe I can make that work. Kuurth is the oddball, but what's nice about Kuurth is he doesn't really do any of the villain's terminology, and his thrown artifacts kind of stay out of the way, plus that's ranged as well. Moon Knight doesn't really have any tech support here. So I guess it's appropriate he's the odd one out in this particular setup. I think I got tokens for this one. Trapped starts with T. There it is, Trapped in the Insane Asylum. And yes, I have tokens. Wherever they are. All right. Let me get these cards together, and I'll see what you all are saying. I think all the heroes at one point had multiple personalities. Did Sunspot? Kuurth technically is kind of a multiple personality. It's just one being kind of taking over the other. Moon Knight for sure. Polaris? Did she have a multiple personality? What about Cloak and Dagger? Have you ever played Magic the Gathering? I have played Magic the Gathering. It's never been one of my main games. I don't really own any of the cards, but I have been looking at all the Marvel content that's been shown off. It does look very cool, for sure. Oh, that is true. I forgot about Malice. So yeah, like I said, Epic Shadow King is one of the easier epic masterminds in the X-Men set. I mean, that's not saying much, but because we will get horrors. Well, mind control and multiple personalities are different, but they're adjacent. So here's how we're going to handle the horrors, just like last time. We are going to, whatever horrors I get will be the horrors that you get in order. So we're all kind of on an even playing ground there. And hopefully, they're not too bad. Because they very well could be. You know, Gambit would have worked really nicely with Cloak and Dagger. But second edition Gambit, in particular. Anybody who caught the video or has looked at the cards, do you have a favorite update from first to second edition? Let's go with a single card update. Which single card update is your is your favorite, or one of your favorite changes. I really like the change to Hawkeye's Rare. That one's super cool. Love that it can target Mastermind tactics, let you pick one. Yeah, it is very thematic with Shadow King messing with their minds to inflict these multiple personalities and sending them where they are. I do like an accidental thematic setup from the randomizer. Spidey is fun. I like witty banter. Emma's Rare is great. Shadowed Thoughts is definitely a big improvement. I like how it's a card you want to play now. So 1, 2. Actually, before I do the twist, I have these, so I should use those instead of the twists. My favorite single update is Emma's Frost Shadowed Thoughts going from. Yes, I like that too. The variety added shield officers, yes, and the fact that Nick Fury can actually look at multiple officers and pick the right one for the job, which makes sense. I'm going to use these for the twists. Let's do our regular Master Strikes. Black Widow's Rare does fit more with her hero set, and she's balanced now. Her bystander ramp's on the rare where it should be. I know some folks are upset about the changes to Widow, but it is a good thing. Trust me on that one. The balance is good. I like how Rogue's copy powers really didn't change much. Like I mentioned in my video, I was surprised that it doesn't have a cost restriction for what you can copy. But it is an uncommon and it is Rogue, and copying rares is fun. So I'm glad that stayed the same. Yeah, she really did need that nerf. And she's a lot more friendly for the tournaments because won't put those players at such a big advantage if they choose her. Honestly, I avoided Widow for leagues and stuff because how strong she was. Yeah, at a certain point, it's just not fun, you know? It's the people who just want to use it to get the biggest edge, which I can't blame them, did and would do that. Alright, I'm shuffling stuff, so now it's about time to read our cards. Going over standard Shadow King first, and then we'll talk about the epic side. I will hide the setup for now, but you can look at that later. Speaking of Nick Fury, I'm very surprised about Nick's Rare mostly being unchanged on its defeat effect, which technically scales with the number of players. It does, but there's diminishing returns. At 1, 2 players, maybe it matters. At 3 players, you're going to get to numbers so high it won't really matter, because you get to defeat one thing, you know? Makes sense to me. Okay, so our Mastermind is Epic Shadow King, but Standard Shadow King has 7 attack. His strike is KO all heroes dominated by Shadow King. Then each player chooses a non-gray hero from their discard pile. Shadow King dominates those heroes. The Epic is not too much harder outside of the fact that he's going to play horrors. So Epic Shadow King, start of game, play 2 random horrors. He has 9 attack. His strike is KO all heroes dominated by Shadow King. Then each player chooses 2 non-gray heroes from the discard pile. Shadow King dominates those heroes. So those horrors are going to be probably one of the worst things, and we only play 2. So we're going to find out which horrors we all play for our setups in just a second. But let's take a look at the scheme real quick. Scheme is trapped in the Insane Asylum from New Mutants. Yep. So setup is 1 twist plus 2 twists per player. So because I'm playing two-handed, that is a total of 5 twists. On a twist, I face a sanity test. Either keep this twist in front of you as a psychotic break, or discard a card and pass this twist to the player on your left, and that player faces a sanity test. Special rules: on each of your turns before you play other cards from your hand, you must play 2 randomly selected cards from your hand for each psychotic break you have, and an evil wins when a player has 3 psychotic breaks. So let me update my text to reflect all of this stuff. First, there were only 5 twists. Second, we got to track psychotic breaks. We'll be able to see them in front of me, but so I don't have to give up my precious real estate, I'm just going to track psychotic breaks L and psychotic breaks R. L is for left, R is for right. It's actually very similar to Western and Eastern States victories from last week. Psychotic breaks. I really like the changes to the scrolls too. Super Skrull and Paibok powering up based on hero classes. Perfection, I think. Okay, let me update this, make sure I got it all to work properly, and then we're good to go. I think it was mostly what you said about Pure Fury being a fan favorite, so it was less likely to change because of that. Yeah, I think so. I think that had some influence. Well, you know, I think among Devin's many talents as a game designer, he wants to keep things in the game that are fun and cool, and Pure Fury is fun and cool, so. And Widow's Covert Operation was a little bit less fun and cool, but the rare still does the effect, which is applying to that. And Scorpion got the upgrade. He's a villain now in that set. Thank you for the water. Okay. I like a lot of the Henchmen changes. Savage Land Mutates is a fun flavor one in particular. Yes, and the art has some characters I recognize on it now. Love to see them. I like the old effect, but the new effect is more flavorful, and I like the KO ability. All right. So we're going to start by finding out what the horrors are. I guess I should do the HQ first. I won't make you guess what the horrors are, but there's some not so great ones in there and some pretty mild ones. There's one that adds the final blow that if we pull, we don't have to do anything. That's kind of the nat 20 on that dice roll, if we get so lucky. All right, giving everything one more shuffle, and then we will get going. I'm excited to play this one. I think this one is winnable. I think. It's going to be challenging but winnable, which is kind of what I want from a Legendary setup. I will play a second edition game as soon as I have the set. It is very awesome that it has released. Okay, so our starting HQ is going to be Sunspot's Thermokinetic Fury, followed by Sunspot's Absorb Radiation, then Moon Knight's Lunar Communion, then Solar-Powered Sunspot, finally above and below Cloak and Dagger. So Moon Knight doesn't use Moonlight because he was released before that keyword came out, but he does have some odd-costed cards. If I take a lot of Sunspots, there's a lot of odd-costed that are going to make it harder for him to get Sunlight, so we'll see if I can keep the HQ static at a certain point. Let's get my starting hands together, and then we'll do our 2 random horrors to begin the game. Reminder that there's a couple tournaments happening. Kyla is running the Summer Solo Tournament, the first one we're doing. And by we, I mean Kyla's running this. So he gets all the credit for doing all the back-end work to make the solo stuff work in the spreadsheets. If you want to play some solo setups, the same semi-Swiss format as the regular tournaments you're used to, go check that out. Also, in July, I'm doing the Young Avengers League. If you have kids or know some kids who like to play Legendary, anybody under 18 that want to play with a sibling or a parent or somebody, I'm doing a tournament just for them. So go check out the Discord, find the Young Avengers League channel if you want to sign up for that. Some fun, not too difficult, flavorful setups for them to compete against each other in some friendly competition. All right, time for the horrors. Where are the horrors? Here they are. So start a game is play 2 random horrors, and they happen once, and that's it. But the bad thing is, there are some that can nerf the entire game, and just basically they become challenge modes. I'm gonna put them in the streets. Y'all ready to find out what we're in for? Okay, our first horror is Enraged Mastermind. The Mastermind has +2 attack. Okay, all things considered, not so bad. That's a win, I think. And we got one more. The second horror affecting our entire game is Legions Upon Legions. This is what I was worried about. Whenever you play a henchman villain from the villain deck, play another card from the villain deck. This one is rough. This means that we basically have lost 10 turns. So that's a rough one. I think it still could have been worse, but this is one of the worst ones we could have pulled. The good news is this is not an escape-based scheme. That's the good news. Plus, henchmen playing other henchmen in a chain might get us to mill our decks real fast with the Giants of Jotunheim. So there could be a positive to this. If I can build my power up quick enough, I just have to hit Shadow King for 11 attack plus 1 for each hero he's dominating. His attack is not super high. It's just not. But each player has to choose 2 non-great heroes from the discard pile. So at max, it can get to 9, 11 attack, 15, which is, it sounds bad, but it's doable. A lot more doable than Epic Poison Thanos. So we'll see. We'll see if I can get through this. I got to keep that in mind. So let's do this. So you can see Epic Shadow King's buffs right there. I'll give him his 11 attack to start with. But like I said, still doable. Okay. With that settled, I'm going to the wrong side. That's okay. We got to start with the left side because otherwise I'm going to screw everything up. With that settled, I think it's time to begin our game. So here we go. Turn number 1. Let's try to defeat Epic Shadow King and his overambitious henchmen. Let's see how I do. So turn 1 is cool because I have 6 recruits, so I can pick up Thermokinetic Fury on turn 1, but let's see what we're playing from the villain deck for the first turn. I could have a wave of henchmen go through the city, who knows. We've got our first twist. So we start with a sanity test. You face a sanity test. Either keep this twist in front of you as a psychotic break or discard a card and pass the twist to the player on your left, and that player faces a sanity test. Only 5 twists. I had to shuffle it to the top of the deck. Of course I did. So check this out. I already have the token here. So same turn. On each of your turns, yeah, it is Moon Knight on the token. This is a custom fan token. So I could keep it, or discard a card and pass it to the left. So I could end up passing this infinitely and discarding all my cards, but there's no point in doing that. So I might as well just keep the Psychotic Break for myself, and I will keep it in front of me here on the left. On each of your turns, before you play other cards from your hand, you must play 2 randomly selected cards from your hand for each Psychotic Break you have. That's rough at the beginning. However, for this hand, it won't matter. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to just tuck it in over here. I'm going to track it down here that the left-hand side has 1 Psychotic Break. So for the rest of the game, for the whole game, basically, the left-hand side has got to play 2 random cards. Again, won't matter, so I play 2 agents and then 4 more agents. So I have 6 agents to start with on this first turn, which means I can get myself a 6-coster on turn 1. This has a restriction. To play this, you must put a card from your hand onto the bottom of your deck, and then Sunlight, you get +1 attack for each other X-Men card you played this turn. Now, if I got this with Kuurth, that would be very interesting, because he kind of interacts at the bottom of the deck, so we'll see how that works out. And the hero classes will match. So this is good news, by the way. They did change the art for this. These are, I don't have 2nd edition yet. These are the 1st edition cards. So, what I can do is, if I exclusively recruit X-Men heroes, this deck can get very, very good because I just got to keep it Sunlight, and I can get a pretty powerful ramp early. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this up, and hopefully I can make that work. Unfortunately, if I end up playing this early with a Psychotic Break, it's going to kind of ruin the whole plan. But and ooh, there's a rare Imperial Force. This is a cool one. Choose any number of heroes in the HQ, put them on the bottom of the hero deck, and Sunlight, you get +1 attack for each hero in the HQ with an even numbered cost. All right. Looks like Sunspot is showing up powerfully early. We'll see if I can get that rare. That'll be fun. On to the other side that has a classic 4 and 2. And I get a Master Strike. Wow. Wasted no time there. Okay, here's the bad news. Shadow King steals Sunspot. the 6-coster I just got that was going to help me. He saw that threat and he capitalized on it. KO all heroes dominated by Shadow King, then each player chooses 2 non-gray heroes from a discard pile. Shadow King dominates those heroes. Ouch! I mean, the good news is he only takes 1 hero. The bad news is he took a hero I really wanted to use early, so I'm probably not getting him back. What a waste of 6 recruit. So he is now at 12 attack, and he's probably going to end up KOing Sunspot. And I just have to be okay with it. Alright, back to the drawing board. I've got 4 recruit and 2 attack. That really hurt. I really didn't want that to happen. Rough start. I got options, though. Sunspot's not done. His rare is still there. He's got his Absorb Radiation, which gives 1 recruit Moonlight. By the way, Moonlight means there are more odd than even cards, costed cards in the HQ, and Sunlight means there's more even than odd costed cards. In fact, if I do this, up, down, you can see what those are. So Moonlight, you may put a hero from the HQ on the bottom of the hero deck, and Sunlight, draw a card. We've also got Moon-Knight's Lunar Communion, Wall Crawl, 2 attack. Whenever you defeat a villain on the rooftops this turn, you may KO one of your cards or a card from your discard pile. If I know a Master Strike is coming, Wall Crawl might be a good thing to do because then the card won't end up in my discard pile for it to be stolen. We've also got Solar Powered Sunlight. You may put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck if you do get +2 attack. And then finally we have the divided above and below Cloak and Dagger. Cloak gives 2 attack and Dagger gives 3 recruit, usable only to recruit heroes in the HQ space under the sewers. So what do I want to do with this? Well, he is the Shadow King. Makes sense. He feels threatened by Sunspot. Very fair. I have it somewhere, but also I guess I could put it here next to the scheme. I forgot about that one. Let me see. Where do I have that token? I have a box of the miscellaneous tokens. The thing is, I know I'm going to forget to switch it. That's the only thing. I don't see it nearby. I had that box of miscellaneous tokens, but I'm not finding them right now. So I'm just going to have to keep track of it this way. Alright, I think I'm going to have to go with Solar Powered and try to make a new Sunspot deck here on this side, unless another Master Strike happens. Then not much I can do there anyway. There we go, Contest of Strength Kuurth. That's a good card. I like Kuurth's hero set. If you haven't played Fear itself, I think he's my favorite. Pretty fun. Okay. Turn 3, of course, we had 6 recruit last turn, so now we got 4 attack. Maybe we'll have something to hit. We have young Cassie Lang shows up as a bystander, who gets captured directly by Epic Shadow King. Not what I expected. Alright, he's having a great time taking everybody. And I can't do anything this turn with my 4 attack. All I got is 2 recruit. And I could take Sunspot's Absorb Radiation. Is he fighting himself? I think. Is this not Colossus in the card with like Juggernaut armor from the Fear Itself event? I could be wrong on that. I did just take Sunspot on the other side. But I could build a pretty decent range deck, and I gotta move the HQ. So I'm gonna still take Absorb Radiation here on the left. And see how it works out. Okay, there's another Sunspot uncommon. Maybe I can grab that one. It's been a while since I read Fear Itself. I really liked it. The story wasn't... It was interesting enough, and I really liked the art style on it. And I like the characters they brought together to be basically possessed by these ancient Asgardian beings. A bunch of the Bruisers, you know. Thing was one of them. He didn't make it into the expansion. He became Angrier, Breaker of Souls. I forget what he became. But... Alright, I got Sunspot in hand for turn 4. For turn 5, I mean. Time for turn 4. We have a Henchman. Alright, so here's what happens. They enter the city, ambush, each player discards the top 3 cards of their deck. And then we're not done. This is going to be wild. Okay, starting with the same side, I have a deck I gotta shuffle. And discard the top 3. 1, 2, 3. Left-hand side, 1, 2, 3. Made a discard pile, and now, because of the horror, we have to play another card from the villain deck. So we will. And it's a group from Planet X. It's got Size Changing Strength, Covert, fight 2 bystanders from the bystander stack, enter the city as 3 attack. Splintered half-brute villains when you fight 1 rescued as a bystander. Things are getting crazy. Oh, by the way, I totally forgot that I had the Psychotic Break on turn 2. I've never had it this early in the game. It wouldn't have affected anything that I did, so I'm not... I guess... Yeah, it didn't affect card order, but I'll remember for the rest of it. Once I have cards with powers, like this next turn is going to matter. 2 recruit, plus 2 recruit, plus 2 attack. Well, can't fight anything with that. So let's see, I did take a Sunspot card. I could take Moon Knight's Lunar Communion. I could take the Divided Cloak and Dagger. I'm going to take Lunar Communion. If I can get his KO power to work early, that would be nice. Plus, I could wall crawl him right now. So he's going to the top of my deck. My strategy went completely out the window. And we got Climbing Claws. Maybe I can build a Moon Knight deck. Where's Polaris? Wall crawl's a great way to get around the giants discarding all my stuff. So happy to have a wall crawl hero here. And it helps avoid him from being stolen. Turn 5 is... Did I put a wound instead of a bystander again? I must have. I gotta go through my decks. So it looks like the actual bystander is legendary game designer himself. When you rescue this bystander, gain a shard, and this one is going to Kuurth from Planet X. There you go. All right, so now I gotta play 2 random cards from my hand for each psychotic break that I have. So the first card I'm playing is an agent. Second card I'm playing is an agent. Makes it easy. I've got Absorb Radiation here, 1 recruit, and it is Moonlight. We have 3 odd cards and 2 even cards. So I may put a hero from the HQ on the bottom of the hero deck. Should I do that? We've got kind of an expensive HQ. Contents of Strength is kind of hard to get because you have to have that Enemies of Asgard or Foes of Asgard trigger, and it's more of an expensive card. So I'm going to tuck that to the bottom and see what we get. Also, if this makes it Sunlight, I get to draw a card. And it does! Moonlight's rare appears. So the way that Absorb Radiation works is, or all cards, you complete the effects from top to bottom. So you do the Moonlight effect. I've done that, and now I've made it Sunlight with 3 even cards, so now I get to draw a card. And that's how that combo works. I mean, both are implied with that name. Another ranged, another recruit, and 3 attack. All right, well, I can fight something. Hey, that's novel. If I fight the giants, I get to KO a gray hero from my discard pile. So I'm going to do that. Let's get rid of an agent. Actually, I think I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to get rid of a trooper. I need more recruit right now, so I should axe my troopers first. And then with 4 recruit, again, we have that expensive HQ. I need to keep my recruit. If I take Climbing Claws, I'm not going to have a lot that can activate it. So I think I'm going to go with Above and Below, because that'll let me recruit from 1 specific space, plus some more attack power if I need to fight something. So we'll take Above and Below for 3. Bit of a disjointed situation here. Ooh, one of my favorite cards in the game. Unstoppable Sledge. I love this one. It's a thrown artifact. When you throw this, you get +2 attack. Thank you very much, Captain Metroidica. My video I put out today heavily used Legendary card game to help me process that, so thank you for that. Made my job a lot easier there. That was what was on the left side. I'm sure you picked up on that. The thing about the Unstoppable Sledge, it's an artifact, so if I have it out in play, Shadow King cannot steal it. So if I get enough of those, I can build them up and then swing at them. But I have to keep the HQ moving, otherwise I won't be able to do that. Also, it helps fight against the psychotic breaks, because if it's an artifact in play, I don't have to play it from my hand after the first time. We're on to turn 6. Not really making a lot of progress. We'll see if that changes. Turn 6 is Dark Angel. So a lot of Shadow X have heroes or villains that become heroes. 2 attack, fight, gain this as a hero, then X gene, the next hero you recruit this turn has Soaring Flight. I would love to give Moon Knight Soaring Flight so I can decide whether I want to do that or Wall Crawl. Always a fun thing to do. I do have Lunar Communion, which has 2 attack, and whenever you defeat a villain on the rooftops this turn, you may KO one of your cards or a card from your discard pile. This will be helpful with this setup, especially since now I play cards after every henchman, which means City will fill up and I'll be able to take more advantage of this, but right now I can't. I do have a total of 5 attack, though. So I could fight Dark Angel. And the Instinct X gene would help work with Moon Knight. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We're going to spend the 4. And then we gain it as a hero. The Mastermind might steal it, though. I've got 2 recruit. I would take Epic Shadow King stealing stuff any day over Epic Poison Thanos stealing stuff. 2 recruit left. Nothing I can take here, so it's sidekick time. And my sidekick is going to be Boom Boom, which is great because she can give me a big burst of attack if I need it. If I want to do a meltdown and gain a wound, but that gives me the option. Plus, I can keep putting her on top of the deck, or I want to take a lot of sidekicks for Epic Shadow King to steal, so he doesn't take my higher cost cards. That would actually probably be a good idea. Should probably be taking a lot of those. Okay. So my next hand is going to look like this. Looks like a starting hand. Moving over. Gotta clean out my setup a little bit. Here's what I have. I do have to play 2 of these cards randomly, like the rest of the game. Dark Iceman appears. Fight Venus as a hero. X gene strength. Draw a card. I'm gonna have a big henchman chain at some point, aren't I? With a lot of discards. Oh man, what if I had a card, I forget who in the game has, I know Cyclops has one now in 2nd edition. Well, he cares about your hand. There's other cards, I think Beta Ray Bill. Does Beta Ray Bill's discard ramp only work off of your hand? I feel like there's somebody, I think it's Electro. If I had Electro, who cares about cards you discarded this turn, and I had a big chain of Giants of Jotunheim with this horror, he could get really powerful. Just saying. Speaking of powerful, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 recruit. 5 recruit. Oop, that's 5. And then I have above and below, I can get 3 more towards the sewers. If only there was a rare there, I could get it. However, there is a really good card that I want to get, which is Unstoppable Sledge. I like that card. I could get 2 attack, but that wouldn't do anything, so I might as well get the 3 recruit towards the sewers from above and below. So let me do this. I got 3 recruit to use there. So I might as well use that recruit so I don't lose it. Again, one of my favorite cards. I will take Unstoppable Sledge for 3 recruit plus 1 of my actual recruit. Throw artifact means you put it to the bottom of your deck, and when you throw this, you get +2 attack. Now, the Giants could mess this up for me, but it's a great card. Nope, no, I didn't spend that. I have 4 recruit left. I didn't get another one, so I'm going to try to keep the Moon Knight cards together on the right-hand side, so I'm not going to take Climbing Claws here. I do have 4 recruit. I'm going to get an officer. I'm short on recruit. I'm going to need to do that. Look what I found in the trash. Yeah, I forgot to play the 2 random cards, but again, it didn't matter this turn. There's no superpowers. I swear I'm going to try to remember. Any gameplay element that changes how a fundamental mechanic of the game is played, whether it's you play 5 cards, you draw 5 cards instead of 6, or you have to play 2 cards randomly, those are always the easiest for me to miss, because after doing this for so long, I have this strong autopilot that's really hard to break sometimes. But usually at the first 3 turns I'm catching myself, I'll relearn it. Anyway, let's go ahead and get an officer for our left-hand side. And it's Victoria Hand, a special one. And it's a covert as well. That's good. Again, another thing for the Mastermind to steal. That would be preferable to any of my other heroes. Here's our handful of graves here. Turn 8 is going to give us another giant, so we have another chain. Each player discards the top 3 cards of their deck. This always takes so much time. Left-hand side, or right-hand side is 1, 2, and then a reshuffle. Okay, I always mess myself up on this. I think the way that the Giants work is if this discards the top 3 cards of their deck. I think this one is, you have to, I shuffle these back in and then discard 1 more. Because Hyperspeed is different. Hyperspeed is you set aside the top 3 and discard them all at the end. So they go back into the shuffle. If you think I'm wrong on that, let me know, but I think that's how it works. And then one more discard. It's Dark Angel. Left-hand side's got to do it 2, 1, and then a shuffle. Two, 3. 2 agents get discarded. Now I got to play another card from the villain deck. So back to the villain deck. We've got another Giants. Yep, I was worried about this chain. Same thing. One more time. Left-hand side discards 1, 2, 3. There's my Sledge. Right-hand side discards 1, 2, 3. There's Moon Knight. I will play another card from the villain deck. This is not good. And a Master Strike. This is kind of a bad combo. He, the Henchmen discard all my cards, and then he targets the discard pile. All right, here we go. Strike, KO all heroes dominated by Shadow King. So that Thermogenic Fury, that first turn uncommon pickup, goodbye. So much for that. Then each player chooses 2 non-gray heroes from the discard pile. Shadow King dominates those heroes. Unfortunately, all I got is he steals my Sledge and Cloak and Dagger again. That's really bad. And on the right-hand side, he's going to take Moon Knight and Dark Angel. Yeah, he took 4 really good cards there. So he's on-powered 4 times. That's gross. He's at 15 attack. I really wish I could hit him and get those heroes back, but I still won't get them all back. That was all really good stuff. I wish this was my discard pile instead. Alright, well, we push on. I've got 5 recruit to work with. And that means I can try to get some Moon Knight back after that. Wow, that was gross. I really didn't like that at all. I'll take Climbing Claws. We will wall crawl it, and then maybe... He took both of my instinct cards. I no longer have any instinct cards to make this work, but I'll put it on top of the deck. Absorb Radiation here. Yeah, I need to massively recruit more cards, so I will also take Sunspot. Again, even though it doesn't really fit. All right, some Piercing Energy would be wonderful. The Mastermind was only at 6. That could help me win the game. Unless the card gets stolen, but we'll see. Polaris finally decided to show up. Some decent attack on this next turn. But right now things are not going well. Turn 9. Zutak comes in. Sai is changing Ranged and Instinct. And Escape demolish each player. So I can make Zutak weaker by playing Ranged or Instinct cards. And Escape demolish each player. Don't want that to happen. Let me get my stacks in order. I'm running out of space. So let's check the HQ status. It is Perfect Sunlight. So I only do the Sunlight ability, which is draw a card. I could combine this with the wall crawl, but there's nothing to wall crawl. I got an agent, so that leaves me up. Again, I forgot about the player random card. But again, it wouldn't matter. Maybe I should just start worrying about that when I have a superpower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like when I do have a power, that'll remind me to actually do it. Okay, well, I kind of want to take Electromagnetic Pulse because I do have range cards over here, or at least 1 left. Now, the Psychotic Break could cause me to play this out of order, which would be a bad thing. But there's no time like the present, so I'm going to take the Pulse. Hopefully it won't get stolen. And yep, can't fight anything, so probably going to have an Escape. With a Bystander being carried off, so that is more discards. This setup is not letting me play the game. At least I drew Polaris. I just want to play the game. Turn 10. Psychotic Break. Okay. So now the right-hand side is going to get a Psychotic Break. I could have passed it to the left, but I'm going to keep it over here. So we'll tuck it in over there, add it to the tracker. And now both sides have to play 2 random cards at the start of the turn for each Psychotic Break I have, and I've got only 1. At least it'll be easier for me to remember now, because now both sides have to do it. The game's going to play itself. Again, I can't play the cards I want. I can't control the city, and now I can't play cards in the order that I want, so this game is almost on autopilot. First card played is a Shield Agent. Second card played is a Shield Trooper. Okay. Now I've got some other stuff. Let's begin with Solar-Powered Sunspot. I'm going to push this over here. 2 attack and Sunlight. You may put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck. If you do, get +2 attack. I do have Sunlight. If I play Climbing Claws, I'll have 3 Recruit. But I can't take anything for 3. So I might as well put Climbing Claws in the bottom of the deck, which would end up with, how much attack would I have? 5, max of 10. Size changing, ranged. Would reduce Zutak down to 7. How does size changing work again on these? I think, I always mix it up with Cosmic Threat. I think the way it works, right, is that for each hero class I have played, I reduce them by 2. So, or is it? It's not microscopic. It's either or. So it's been a while since I've done size changing on a villain. I have to remind myself how it works on those. Hopefully my shortcuts will be appropriate. That doesn't really help me. Okay, so yeah, so I should be able to can I reduce it by 4 or 2? I don't have an instinct anyway, so just by 2. Could be 7. But I'll take the max attack. So I'm gonna take Climbing Claws, and I'm going to tuck it to the bottom. There's only 2 cards in my deck anyway. I got 2 more attack. I got a Trooper. And depending on what I want to do with Boom Boom, I can get up to 10, anywhere between 7 and 10 attack. I could get 2 KOs if I fight the Giants. I could also fight Groot from Planet X, but if I do that, it will cause an escape because 2 bystanders will come in. If I do Boomer, I'll have 9 attack. And I can hit 2 things. Left-hand side has some piercing energy, so I should save that for the Giants. Let's hit Zutak. So what we're going to do is we're going to use his size changing. I have to play Boom Boom first to trigger it because I haven't played a ranged. So I'm going to play her Time Bomb to get +1 attack and put her on top of my deck, which means that I can reduce Zutak's attack by 2 because I played a range card. He's exactly at 7 and I have 7, so we're going to go ahead and hit him for 7. Monsters Unleashed, by the way, one of the highest rated villain groups in the game. One of the most fun villain groups in the game is a better way to say that. That wasn't awkward at all. But yeah, Polaris can clear both Giants of Jotunheim, which would be nice if I can thin this deck and not let the Mastermind take too many things. Enough piercing energy could win this game for me in the time I need it to, because again, I have 10 fewer turns than I normally would, thanks to the horror. And by the way, this is a timer scheme. I misspoke because even wins when a player has 3 psychotic breaks. So at best, I lose on twist 5, which is why it's designed that way. That's too many cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I'll keep the deck face down. We'll just do that so I don't forget what to do. All right, another Giants. Each player discards the top 3 cards of their deck. 1, 2, 3. Right side, 1, 2, 3. Another card from the villain deck is a Master Strike. Oh, this game is just speeding along this way. All right, time to steal stuff. Good news, left-hand side, well, KO all heroes dominated by Shadow King, so these 4 heroes get KO'd. RIP to them. Good news, left-hand side has no non-grays. Right-hand side only has 1. So he's only going to steal a single hero, which means he's only at 11-12 attack, which I still can't hit. You can't steal stuff because you already stole my heroes. All right, now for the Psychotic Break. Let's see what I end up playing. Somehow I still didn't have an escape. First I play Absorb Radiation. No way around it. 1 recruit. It is still massively sunlight, so I draw a card. Hold on. How does this work? Actually, I should go back to the scheme. This says, before you play other cards from your hand, you must play 2 randomly selected cards from your hand for each Psychotic Break you have. So how does this work if the first card causes me to draw a card? Does that second card get included in the pool of random cards you might be able to play? I think because it says you must play 2 cards from your hand? Actually, I don't know. What do you think? I don't think they're locked in ahead of time. I think it does go into my hand, and then it becomes one of the cards I can play for my second random card. That makes the most sense to me. It does say play 2 cards, but you can't play 2 cards at the same time. Therefore, you must have to select them one at a time. Anyway, that's how I'm going to play it. So back to what I was doing. Yeah, I think so too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I draw a card. I guess I can look at it. It doesn't matter. It's a shield agent. And now I play another card. Yes, you have to finish playing the first one before you can randomize the second. Yes, that's true. Like I said, you can't do 2 things at once. Second card is Victoria Hand. Guess I'm not sending her undercover. I do get to recruit. And what's left? Another recruit. Another recruit. 2 attack. And 2 piercing energy from Electromagnetic Pulse because, well, I played it. Let me give myself my 2 piercing energy. Plus, I played a range, so I get to draw a card. And that's 1 more recruit. I'm at 6 recruit, and I can hopefully get and keep this Thermokinetic Fury. Although I have another option. I do have another 6 coster. Cloak and Dagger's Darkness and Light. Cloak's is 3 attack, and then Covert, reveal the top card of your deck if it costs 0, KO it. And Light is 3 recruit, and then range, reveal the top card of your deck if it costs 1 or more, draw it. This might be a better card to pick up. It's obviously more versatile. I can use it to maybe get these rares. 3 recruit is a lot on a card. Or I can use the attack if I need it and get some KO power. I like this card better than Thermokinetic Fury right now. I do like the ramp, which will work well with, I wasn't able to get a lot of X-Men cards. I have some. But I'm going to pick up a Darkness and Light for 6. Happy about that. Oh, and Penumbra. This is a really good one. Whenever you play a divided card this turn, play both sides as if they were 2 different cards. A really fun card to play with other divided heroes from other sets. But look, I'm getting a lot of rares in the HQ. I need more recruit. Anyway, I've got 2 attack I can't use. I do have 2 piercing energy. Oh, did I draw a card with Polaris? Did I forget to do that? I did. It was an agent, right? That's why it's here. So piercing energy targets VP value. So what I could do is I could fight Groot from Planet X for 2 VP. But I still do the fight effect, so that is going to put other stuff into the city. I could fight 2 Henchmen, which would clear 2 spaces. And give me 2 KOs. I think I'm going to do that. So we'll spend 1 piercing energy on 1 henchman. Fight, you may KO a gray hero from your discard pile. No troopers there, so I'm going to have to get rid of 2 agents. I'll KO this agent first. And we'll fight the other one with another piercing energy to KO another gray hero from my discard pile. It's another agent. Okay, no more piercing energy for me, but it'll be back. I'm hoping I can get some rares soon. I did just KO 2 agents, but that means it's more likely I pull multiple of my cards with a lot of recruit on them. I just got a card that has 3. I have another card that gives 2. That's most of the way there. 4, 5, 6. More piercing energy, but no card draw. Okay, turn 12. Dark Beast. He's got 2 attack, 5 attack. Sorry, he has 5 attack as a villain, 2 attack as a hero. He's a gainable villain that has X Gene Tech. You may KO a card from your hand or discard pile. Would work okay with Moon Knight. 2 random cards. First card is Shield Agent. Alright. Second card is Boom Boom. Now I gotta decide what to do. I guess I get to see the rest of my cards. What am I gonna do with her? I'm gonna get a total of 1 attack for my other cards. 2 attacks not gonna do anything. But I don't really want to get rid of her. The thing is, I can't choose not to play her. I have to play her now because of what happened. If I play Boomer, I'll get a total of 4, which is overkill for the Giants. I'm just gonna play Time Bomb. Give 1 attack even though it won't help me. Put her on top of the deck again. And then I got 1, 2, 3, 4 recruit. For a total of 5. The only card I can get here is the Divided Flee and Fight. That's got phasing. I can swap cards around. So I'll take that. Without thinking about it too hard. Also, the Psychotic Breaks will get in the way of that, because if I play it, I can't phase it. Not much going on for me there. Gotta do more deck fitting. I should be able to do more, especially given the all the henchmen that are showing up. Next up is Goom from the Monsters Unleashed. Ambush Goom captures a bystander and fight. KO one of your heroes. It's going to capture the opera singer. I can use that to shatter stuff. Let's play some more random cards, shall we? First card is a Shield Agent, and second card is a Shield Agent. How exciting. I got 2 more Shield Agents. I got a Trooper. And I got Polaris's 2 Piercing Energy. I can't fight the Shadow X with Piercing Energy because they have no printed VP. So I could fight the Giants, or again, I could fight Root from Planet X. But if I do that, 2 bystanders from the bystander stack enter the city as 3 attacks, splintered half-brute villains. When you fight one, rescue it as a bystander, and that's going to cause an escape if I decide to do that. So I am going to choose not to, and I will just use my 1 Piercing Energy to fight the Giants once again. I don't have anything in my discard pile, so it's kind of a waste. But I guess for 2 recruit, I'll take another Absorb Radiation. Trying to flesh out some other cards here, and I'll Sidekick. Sidekick is Zabu. I said I wanted KO, and I got it. Extra recruit. Okay. New hands? Okay. We'll see if I can play it in order. How much recruit is that? Well, it's 1, 2. And a card draw, probably. 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. Alright, this is a rare pickup. If I don't lose anything somehow. Turn 14. Dark Iceman shows up. He's already here in the city. I might have to do a meltdown to avoid an escape. First card played is Shield Agent. Second card played is Solar Powered. So 1 recruit and then 2 attacks. Sunlight. It is Sunlight. You may put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck if you do get +2 attack. Yeah, I'll do that. I think that would give you a total of 4, max of 8 attack. Brute I could reduce by 2 down to 4. If only I had 9. I'm not going to have 9. But again, if I fight him, that's going to cause an escape while other stuff's in the city. So the extra +2 attack's not going to do anything for me, so I won't put anything on the bottom of the deck. Actually, if I do that, I won't have to get rid of Boom Boom. So I will. If I send an agent, that'll end up with up at 3 recruit instead of 4, which is fine. Now, sending an agent to the bottom of my deck, that gives me 2 more attack. I get 2 more recruit. And Boom Boom, I'm going to choose to play for Boomer once again, so I can put her on top of the deck and get enough attack to hit Dark Iceman or Dark Beast? I don't have a lot of tech anymore. I think I lost. No, I still have the Tech Moon Knight card. But X-Gene Strength is more likely to trigger, so I'm going to go ahead and take out Dark Iceman for 5, and then gain him as a hero. And with my 3 recruit, I will pick up the divided above and below Cloak and Dagger. They're just kind of going anywhere at this point. And there's another above and below Cloak and Dagger. If I'm about to take Penumbra, maybe I should put them all in the same spot. But if I don't keep the HQ moving, I'll be in trouble. This game is not going to last as long as it seems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just want to hit the Mastermind. Turn 15. Dark Angel. Filling up the city. Another one. My 2 random cards are Victoria Hand. Once again, she's not going undercover. 2 recruit, and then a Shield Trooper. Followed by, let's go with Absorb Radiation. We are still in sunlight, so I draw a card. Any wall crawling first? Nope. Wow. That's even better rare I can get. Check that out. That's 4 recruit. Actually, no, because I have to target the sewers, but that's fine. So I have a choice here. I could play Darkness, which would allow me to... Well, actually, I wouldn't be able to avoid an escape. But yes, I would. I would have a total of 5 attack, and I could hit an enemy. But if I chose Light, I can get Penumbra, which would be really good for a Cloak and Dagger deck. Actually, no, this is not the one that targets the sewers. I can take anything. Also, I have the effect. I could draw a new card here. So let's do Light. If I have an escape, fine. I'll take Light. 3 recruit. Reveal the top card of your deck thanks to Sunspot. If it costs 1 or more, draw it. I have to do this now. Actually, if I do this, that means the rare won't end up in the shuffle and has at risk of being stolen. So I'm going to use the rule that was updated in What If, saying you don't have to activate a superpower. And I'm going to choose not to do this because I have no deck and this will cause a reshuffle. So I will choose not to do that. And now I have to decide what to recruit. So I have some options for my rares. Penumbra, again, 4 attack. Whenever you play a divided card this turn, play both sides as if they were 2 different cards. Great for a lot of Cloak and Dagger cards. I don't have a ton. Real Firestar, thank you for the sub. Finally have some time to catch a stream. Well, welcome to another epic Mastermind with Horrors. I'm about to get a rare. I'm trying to figure out which one. Next, Golden Ankh of Khonshu. 6 attack whenever you defeat a villain on the rooftops this turn. Rescued bystanders equal to that villain's printed VP. And then, congrats. Tech, you may move a villain to the rooftop if another villain's already there. Swap them. And then Imperial Force. 3 attack. Basically, I can refresh the HQ and then ramp up on Sunlight. So this will max out at 8 attack and do HQ refreshes. This rescues bystanders, Golden Ankh of Khonshu, and moves villains around. And Penumbra works off those divided cards. I think the best card I can take here is Imperial Force. A card, if I can get the HQ to be all Sunlight, a card that'll give me 8 attack will do wonders against all the stuff I'm facing. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up the 8 cost rare Imperial Force. Even though, you know, I'd rather go... I grabbed the scheme instead. I must be actually losing my mind. Okay. There's Subtle Attunement, Polaris taking its place. And yeah, no fighting anything. The Sunlight Moonlight triggers are actually nice for this scheme because they don't require you to necessarily have prerequisites when you play stuff. Alright, I'll probably have an escape with a discard for the bystander. Maybe more. We'll see how many henchmen decide to chain into the city. But I do have a rare that's not in a discard pile, and that's good news. Let's see what if I get it in my hand. I do! Turn 16. Alright, here we go. Escape chain time. So the Giants are going to come in, which means they're going to push out the group from Planet X. It has no escape effect, but there is. I was unable to rescue Devin, unfortunately, so I have to. Each player has to discard a card for a bystander being carried off. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll discard an agent here on the left, on the right, and on the left. Not a big recruit turn. I'll discard one of my agents. And I got a KO here with the cost 6 or less from the HQ. I like Subtle Attunement. It gives me KO power. But it also, I gotta get rid of one of these 6 costs. No, I'm gonna get rid of the 3 cost. Because I'm trying to get it Sunlight, even though it's one of the more expensive cards. And then, yeah, a group from Planet X is going to escape along with the bystander. Then the henchman comes in and ambushes. Each player discards the top 3 cards of their deck. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Lost Victoria Hand to the discard. Other side. 1, 2, 3. Lost Cloak and Dagger. Now I gotta play another card from the villain deck. Let's go back to the villain deck. And we play another twist. So the right hand is going to get another Psychotic Break. So now at the beginning of right hand's turn, right hand has to play 4 random cards. Okay, that's 2 Psychotic Breaks. That's not good at all. On the right. Okay, let's move on. Now, I gotta play 4 random cards. I only have 5 cards. Let's do it. I'm on autopilot now. First card is Boom Boom. How much attack am I gonna get? I think it's time for a meltdown. I'm losing it here. I'm losing my temper. I'm gonna have a meltdown. 4 attack, KO this, and gain a wound. Wound gain is a standard wound. Second card played is a shield agent. Third card played is a shield agent. And fourth card played is a shield agent. And a trooper is the last one. That was by design. I have 5 attack now. I can fight something. Let's... Do I still have a Tech Moon Knight, or did I lose it? I still have it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take Dark Beast out. Gain him as a hero for 5. And with 3 recruit, I could get a Ride the Magnetic Waves, Soaring Flight, and then Covert. When you draw a new hand of cards at the end of this turn, draw an extra card. I do have some Covert now, so... Actually, I have a thing for this. I've got Soaring Flight. So she is going to my next hand as an extra card. And that cost me 3. Alright, more Piercing Energy. Wonderful. So my next hand looks like this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a lot of firepower in there. But I will have to play 4 of them randomly. Same with this hand. Turn 17. Another Psychotic Break. Okay, this is bad. I'm only allowed 1 more twist. I have to gain this for myself. The next twist is a loss, because I couldn't KO any of these twists. So now I gotta play 4 random cards on either side. I just hope that last twist is way down there and not, the next card down. Randomizer was not being nice to me today. I told it to be nice to me. Especially today, but it's not listening. Alright, first card. Zabu. KO a card from hand or discard pile. Let's get rid of this agent. I don't have a wound in hand, do I? No. Second card is 1 recruit. Third card is Absorb Radiation. 1 recruit. It is almost full sunlight, so I draw a card. Gotta get shuffled in. Zabu's gone, by the way. I play 1 more card at random. And the last card is Shield Trooper. Okay, I got some good stuff here, though. Check out what I have. Sunspot's rare. This is worth, because I have 4 evens in the HQ, this was worth 7 attack. Which is a total of 8. Darkness would give me 9, 10, 11. I almost have enough to hit the Mastermind. But I don't have enough. I almost have enough. So what I can do is, I can choose to put Penumbra on the bottom of the hero deck. If I pull the even cost, I can hit Epic Shadow King. But if I don't, I just tucked a rare that I'm not going to be able to get anymore, which would be kind of a bummer. But I think that's a risk I should take, because I risk losing the game. So we're going to play Imperial Force for 3 attack. I will choose Penumbra, and I will put it on the bottom of the hero deck to try to uncover an even-costed card. Let's see if I did it. I did! Awesome! Now, Sunlight, I got +1 attack for each hero in the HQ with an even-numbered cost. 6, 6, 4, 8, 2. That's 5 more attack for me. And after I play Darkness, 3 more attack. I didn't get a Covert, but I don't need it. That's 12 total attack, and just triple checking. He's at 9, +2 for the Enraged Mastermind, plus the 1 hero he's dominating up here. So we can actually hit Epic Shadow King. Let's go. So I believe how this works with a dominated hero is you choose a player to gain a card. How is it phrased? Each player gains 1 of the heroes and you KO the rest. So I'm going to go ahead and have Absorb Radiation get gained by the left-hand side. I've also got young Cassie Lang rescued before I do the tactic. I get +2 recruit, usable only to recruit a hero that costs 2 or less, or a hero with size changing. Put her here, I could use her towards this Sunspot if I want to. And let's get that tactic. The first Shadow King tactic is Poison Their Minds. Each other player reveals their hand and chooses one of their non-great heroes. Shadow King dominates those heroes. I got a lot of non-great heroes here. Who do I want him to take? Now, the cheapest card is Ride the Magnetic Waves. I would like to draw extra cards, though. I think I'm going to go ahead and give him Climbing Claws. I don't really have much Instinct left. I did take that Tech Beast card. But I think the rest are better for me. So I'm going to give him Climbing Claws. I'm going to give him Moon Knight. I feel like I betrayed Moon Knight a little. So, get rid of that tactic. We hit him once. That's great. So now, he is back up to 12 attack. Just got to do that a few more times. I have 2 recruit, but I also did get, again, the Castellang Bystander. I got +2 recruit, usable to get a 2-coster. So I will take Absorb Radiation for basically free. I am messing up the HQ makeup, but that's fine. Don't rub salt in the wound. All right. Oh, it didn't cost me the 2. I have 2 left. So with the 2 that I do actually have left, I'll get a sidekick. And it is going to be Skids, cancel some wounds, which would have been great earlier. I would love to get the other Electromagnetic Pulse, though, because then I could get 4 Piercing Energy, which is closer to 6. Which will be helpful. Okay, turn 18. Oh, I must have the Splintered Half-Groot tokens in there. So those don't come in anymore because I didn't defeat Groot from Planet X. So that card's not supposed to be in there. Love the tokens, though. Monstroso comes in. Size changing, Strength, Instinct, Fight. When you draw a new hand of cards at the end of this turn, draw an extra card. Let's see what I can do. 4 random cards time. First up, Shield Trooper. Second up, Solar Powered. 2 attack. I can put a card on the bottom of my deck. If I do, I get +2 attack. Yeah, let's do it. I'll put the Shield Agent on the bottom of my deck to get +2 attack. Shuffled again. Next random card is... I gotta choose which side of above and below I want to play. Probably 2 attack. That'll give me 7. And I'll get 8, 9. There's a chance. Just to be safe, I'll take above. I gotta play one more card in random. There's only 2 cards here. And I play Ride the Magnetic Waves. So that worked. I got the superpower to recruit. I draw an extra card at the end of my turn, thanks to her power. And then finally, I've got Dark Iceman for 2 attack. Do I have a strength hero in my discard pile? Oh, I don't. So I can't draw a card. So hold on, before I play this, I can't recruit anything anyway from the HQ, so I might as well try to get a strength sidekick and see if I get lucky before I play Dark Iceman. Let's see what I get. I'll spend 2 recruiting a sidekick. Maybe it'll be a strength 1. It's not a strength 1. So I just play Dark Iceman for 2 attack. So I'm at 9, which means I can hit 2 things. With Science Changing Monstroso, I do have strength, so this will only take me 3 attack to hit. So I can go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can hit Goom and Monstroso, or I can hit Dark Iceman and Dark Angel. But I would love to stack extra card draws, because Monstroso has one. I already have one from Polaris. So let's hit Monstroso for 3. That'll be fun. Extra card at the end of my turn. So now I draw 2 extra cards at the end of my turn. I got 6 left, so we'll fight Goom, and also he's got KO one of your heroes. So I will KO the Shield Trooper. And when you rescue this bystander, shadow a villain in the bank, or shadow a hero in the HQ space under the bank. Well, that's unfortunate. Maybe I should have saved that to get the Golden Octave Khonshu, but I'll just shatter it for good reason. Basically shattering his sanity further. He now costs 4, but I still can't get him. Oh, see, that would have been smart KB driven, but too bad you weren't playing. Alright, new hand. I would have drawn a trooper, so not to beat up about it. I got 8 total cards, though. I'll have to play some of these randomly, like before. 1, 2, wow, what a hand. 7 grays, 6 grays, a wound, and 1 non-gray. We're on to turn 19. And check that out, we got our last Psychotic Break. So, plenty of cards left in the villain deck, but I pulled the last twist, which means that left-hand side's got its 3rd Psychotic Break. And even if I pass this around, nothing I can do about it. So, a player's got 3 Psychotic Breaks. Unfortunately, just like that, the game is over. That's how fast. Look at all these cards I still have in the villain deck. Don't get to play any of them. Wow. Shuffled all 5 twists pretty near the top. I kind of think it's poetic. The last thing I did... Well deserved. The last thing I did before this happened was I shattered Moon Knight's rare, and I think there's a lesson we can all learn from that. Anyway. Oh, that was a rough one. Yeah, there's well, let me get the token out of there because the token Groot shouldn't be in there. But I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 cards left, and by turn counts the giants don't count, so 13, 12, 11, 10, 9 turns left. So there you go. What do you think? Is this one worth trying again? It was pretty rough. Him stealing with a different shuffle, I feel like I still have a chance to win. So I think I'm going to try this one more time. It might be over more quickly than the last one. But let's see if I can do a better job. Just to do my due diligence, if I have to submit this setup, I had 1 escape, 19 turns, and my VP was same horrors, because everybody's got to use the same horrors. So those are predetermined. 4, 10, 11 VP on the left, and 4, 6, 11, 12 VP on the right. In case this is the game I have to submit. Anyway, let's reset real quick. Shouldn't take too long. Because I barely got through the hero deck. And we'll try this one more time. Yeah, depending on what I get early, I think there's a chance. There's plenty of deck thinning here, for sure, but didn't get a lot of luck with the other stuff. We'll keep the same bystanders, keep it easy. How many Master Strikes are here? I got 1, 2, and I played 3, so 1, 2, 3 more. And we got the other one bystander, and the other one was the opera singer. Yeah, the most frustrating part about this setup is that Legions upon Legions horror. It just speeds up the deck in such an unfortunate way. You lose all the ability to get a breather when a henchman shows up into the city. Nope, Dark Angel goes to the villain deck. And Kuurth, where were you? You barely showed up. I hope he shows up more this time. I love his cards. One of the downsides of two-handed solo, in my opinion, is some heroes you just don't see. In regular solo, you see the heroes. Oh, I guess Legendary Game Designer was in the villain deck, but it's fine. My twists. What do you think? I think I have a shot at this next one. Hopefully, if I can get some momentum before I start having psychotic breaks, that would be nice. Yes, I will be putting that into the rules. You have to use the exact same horrors that I got, unfortunately for everybody involved. Okay, starters. Sorting out the cards is always something that takes some time, but I'm trying to go pretty quick. Okay, got my hero deck. So you're going to use Enraged Mastermind and Legions upon Legions if you want to play this right now on Legendary Leagues. Again, Epic Shadow King is such that I can actually attack him. I think it's a bit of a... I like how Epic Shadow King works. Kind of a shame that he showed up before the Astral Plane mechanic did in Doctor Strange, because I think he could do some really cool things with it. Because that's kind of his whole thing, kind of going up to the Astral Plane. Okay, villain deck is shuffled. I'll give it one more shuffle at the end. Let me get these sidekicks and officers out of the way, and we'll just pull new ones if we're gonna do that. I didn't even get to play my standard sidekick. Here, we're just about ready. Mastermind starts at 11. I would honestly love for a turn 1 Master Strike, because then he has nothing to steal. A turn 2 Master Strike was bad. Turn 1 is great. A redesign of his hero set would be really cool. Or his Mastermind would be pretty cool. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10. Make sure I have all the starters. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm missing one. There it is, number 12. So left-hand side for game 2 has got the following. I was hoping for another turn of 6 recruit. Got a regular 4 and 2 though. Right-hand side is going to start with 4, 5, 6. Ooh, almost. I can get a 5 cost though. And our starting HQ. One more shuffle. Push this over so you can see. All the fun stuff we got to deal with. If I move this over, I don't like how you can't read the card text when I do that. All right. Sunspot, Absorb Radiation. We got Subtle Attunement. Polaris. Polaris showed up earlier. Crescent Moondart. Didn't even see that card last time. Imperial Force again. And Lunar Communion. Maybe I can build a proper Moon Knight deck this time around. We'll see. Maybe it's a false sense of security. I really do like this scheme. I like how you have to end up playing random cards, but boy, can it be frustrating. Let's go. Reset all my numbers. And then we can begin. Wish me luck. And here we are. Turn number 1. Back again. First card from the villain deck for my second attempt here is a Master Strike. What did I say? I wanted a turn 1 Master Strike. KO all heroes dominated by Shadow King. Then each player chooses 2 non-gray heroes from the discard pile. KO. Shadow King dominates those heroes. This is the first turn there aren't any. This one completely whiffs, which is a nice breather. There's only 4 that can affect me now. So awesome. Happy to see that. Exactly what I wanted. I've got a 4 and 2, as is tradition. And with this, I can either pick up Sunspot's Absorb Radiation or Moon Knight's Lunar Communion. I love how it's Sunspot and Moon Knight kind of fighting for my attention here. It is cool that they both got randomized in together. All right. I feel like they're having arguments in the Insane Asylum about what time of day to try to escape. Yeah, easy epic mastermind, no big deal. I'm actually going to... so the right-hand side's got 5 recruit, which means it's going to have 3 recruit the following turn. Which means the right side is perfect to pick up the Moon Darts and then Lunar Communion. So what I'm going to do here is take Absorb Radiation. Maybe another 2-coster will appear. It didn't, but the Sledge, I'm not mad at that. We'll take a sidekick for the other 2. Its Prodigy can be a very helpful copy. Let's move over. And again, I've got 5 recruit to hopefully get Crescent Moon Darts before it gets stolen. And Troll the Unhuman, who didn't show up last game. Size Changing Covert, Tech Ambush, Troll captures a bystander, and then demolish each player. Gets a standard bystander, and then demolish each player, which is reveal the top card of the hero deck, and each player has to discard a card with that card's cost. Top card of the hero deck is... oh, I lost a Sledge, unfortunately. I only have 0 cost cards in hand, so nothing happens, but I do have to tuck that card, which is unfortunate. Nope, I unfortunately don't have 2nd edition yet. Hasn't made it my way yet. Hopefully it will soon. But thank you for the sub, I appreciate it. Okay, 5 recruit. Like I said, I'm going to take Crescent Moon Darts. Again, hope it doesn't get stolen. 3 attack, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's Instinct or Tech, draw it. It can help me get the attack I need to hit the Mastermind if I can keep drawing and focus on that kind of build. If I have that luxury. Turn 3. Another Giants. Each player discards the top card of 3 cards of their deck. Then we have to chain it. It's full shuffle on the left. Man, I'm missing those Henchmen breathers right about now. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I lost my Sunspot card to the discard pile. Right side's a shuffle. 1, 2, 3. Lost 3 agents. Play another card from the villain deck. It is another Giants. Here we go. Let's discard more cards. Top 3 on the left-hand side. 1, 2, 3. Right-hand side. 1, 2, 3. Play another card for the villain deck. It is another Giants. I wasn't tired of this yet. Left side, discard 1, 2, and a full shuffle. And 3. Other side, 1 discarded, another full shuffle. There's the Moon Darts. These things get shuffled in. 2, 3. But now it's discarded again. Play another card from the villain deck. It is Monstroso. So just like that on turn 3, the city is full. And I can't fight anything. And I got a bystander about to be carried off. That was gross. So, again, I've only got 2 attack. But I do have 1, 2, 3, 4 recruit. And I will take the sledge. I love the sledge. Sledge is love, sledge is life. That's going to me. This second game is going to go a little quicker, so stop me if I'm going too fast, but I think we all know the deal here. Okay, turn 4. Escape time? No, the opera singer shows up to not have an escape happen. Which is cool, because I do have 1, 2, 3 attack. And what I can do with that is fight a giant. You may KO a gray hero from your discard pile. And after all that discarding, I do have one. I'll get rid of this shield trooper. Get rid of the giants here. I've got 1, 2, 3. And now I can do what I originally planned to do, is take Lunar Communion. Has the whenever effect, and I'll wall crawl this to the top of my deck. Another sledge, alright. If I can build up enough sledges, that'll win me the game, I think. Let's see if I can draw the other Moon Knight card here. After the shuffle. Number 6. Nope, didn't get it. Why only 5 cards? I don't think I did anything to only get 5 cards. Maybe I forgot to draw one. Yeah, I definitely didn't do anything to lose a card, so I just probably missed one. Which means it's a shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So turn 5 is going to give us Dark Beast into the city. Let's start with Sunspot's Absorb Radiation. 1 recruit. It is odd, even. It is sunlight, so I draw a card. Another agent, which is going to give me a lot of recruit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Would have preferred 6, but I can take another Unstoppable Sledge. If I can just build all those up and throw them all at once to hit the Mastermind, I'll be very happy. I gotta not care about escapes. I gotta focus on getting all the good cards I can get. Not that I could have fought anything anyway. Which I couldn't have. Turn 6 is Timbu Boss. We got an escape here. We got a bystander, so we got to discard something. 1, 2, 3, 4 recruit. I'll discard an agent so I can. No, I'll take the escape. I'll discard the trooper. I gotta keep recruiting. I don't care about escapes right now. I'm just trying to win. Other side's gonna lose. It's I got 3 recruit. I don't need the third. Do I have 4 or 3? I got 3. I'll discard an agent for the bystander. Got to KO the hero that costs 6 or less from the HQ. Not getting a lot of covert right now, so I'm going to KO Polaris. And we're going to have Troll the Unhuman escape. Really loud escape. Then Timbu Ba comes in to the sewers. Size changing all colors or all hero classes and fight all heroes currently in the HQ. Cost 1 less this turn. Well, maybe I should have kept the attack, because if I did, I could use Lunar Communion to defeat Monstroso and KO a card. Yeah, I didn't reveal anything new, so I'm just going to change my plans. I'll keep the trooper, I'll ditch the agent, so I can play Lunar Communion. Get a 3rd attack. And that way I can fight Monstroso with size-changing Instinct, puts him down to 3 on the rooftops. And I get to draw an extra card at the end of my turn. So I'll track that, and I get to do the Shatter ability. Shatter a villain in the bank. Or... Wait, yep. That cost me 3, so I should have no more attack left. Yep. Shadow a villain in the bank or shadow a hero in the HQ space under the bank? Oh man, I could almost get Imperial Force, but I'm still short 1 recruit. I couldn't have gotten both. So I shatter Imperial Force. Down to 4. But it's not going to help me because I'm short 1 recruit. Oh well. But I do get the KO. I get to KO one of my cards or a card from my discard pile. I'll KO this agent from my discard pile thanks to Lunar Communion. I do have 3 recruit though. And with that, I only want to take cards that work with Moon Knight now, so I'm going to get another officer because I'm just trying to get good cards. So I need more recruit. Maybe it'll be a tech or instinct officer. It's not, but I sure tried. I get to draw 7 cards. I got to do all the recruiting I can before my heroes get stolen and I get some psychotic breaks. Let's go over. Got my 1 sledge. Turn 7. Another giants. Each player discards the top 3 cards of their deck. 1, 2. And a reshuffle. This is actually shuffling in cards into my deck much faster. 3. Other side, it's a full reshuffle. Getting rid of my discard pile completely, which could help me against the Mastermind if it happens at the right time. 1, 2, 3. Lost Moon Knight there. And now I'll play another card from the villain deck, probably causing an escape. We've got... Oh, Betrayal of the Shadow Trap. Okay. By end of turn, you may pay a 6 recruit or suffer. Each player reveals their hand, then each player chooses a Shadow X card from their hand or discard pile to enter the city as a villain. The good news is I don't have any Shadow X because I'm not going to be able to pass this. So I did learn, by the way, I don't know why this art was used for this scheme because this is the Annihilation Wave from Annihilation comic, which is interesting. Never really thought about that before. Okay. I'm not going to pay 6 recruits, so I'm just going to end up KOing this eventually. I've got my sledge, which means I play it as an artifact, and when I decide to throw it, I get 2 attack. I'm going to save this probably for the Mastermind. I'll put it up over here. I could do it now. I would avoid an escape. But I have a pretty full deck. I don't think Shadow King could mind control the Annihilation Wave. I don't know how that would work. Kind of a stretch. I felt like it was just, these look like cool things to put on this card. Alright, well, I have 2 recruit, and I can get Sunspot with that. Oh, this is no longer cheap. So I will pick up Absorb Radiation for 2. Gotta recruit early and often. Alright, a Climbing Clause for the other side. I could throw the artifact to get 4 attack, which would let me do a KO. You know what? I'm not going to hit the Mastermind anytime soon, so keeping this around will be a waste. It'll still be safe from the Mastermind if I throw it. So I'll throw it to the bottom of the deck to get 2 more attack. And we'll go ahead and hit these giants. On the bridge, I will KO a gray hero from my discard pile. There is only an agent, so I'll get rid of that. And take him out. If I can do a lot of KOing, that might save me. Okay. Here's my new hand. And I fail the trap, but there are no Shadow X to take, so I just KO that trap. Moving on. 7 cards in a hand. Dark Cyclops. There's the Shadow X. Ambush. Each player reveals a ranged hero or discards a card. I reveal a ranged hero here on the left. Right-hand side cannot. So what do I want to get rid of? I got 5 attack versus 4 recruit. I don't need the 4th recruit. I need 3, so I'll discard a shield agent pretty easily. I can do a combo here. So I do have 3 recruit with the agents. And I've got Crescent Moon Darts. So if I choose to recruit Climbing Claws and then wall crawl it, I get to draw it, which would give me a total of 2 recruit on top of that, which can get me a sidekick, and that seems pretty worth it. So I'm going to start by recruiting Climbing Claws for 3 and wall crawling it to the top of the deck. Then I'll play Crescent Moon Darts. 3 attack, top card of my deck is... Oh, look, it's tech, so I draw it. And that's how you do a wall crawl combo. I'll play it without the power to just get 2 recruit. And then I get 2 more attack, 4, 5. And I'm going to fight and gain Dark Beast. because I have some tech now, and that'll be helpful. So I'll fight Dark Beast for 5 and gain it as a hero. More stuff for the Mastermind to steal if I need. And then I'll get a sidekick for my last 2, and it's Lockjaw, who can phase for cards I wall crawl, which is actually going to be pretty helpful. One of the best uses of phasing is to combine it with wall crawl, to be honest. Alright, there's some decent recruit. And the more Moon Knight I recruit, the more sunlight it is likely to be for the other side. 4, 5, 6. Okay. Turn 9. Our first scheme twist means our first psychotic break. I will choose to gain the psychotic break for myself here on the left-hand side, so for the rest of the game I gotta play 2 random cards from my hand. And this hand, it doesn't matter. So if it doesn't matter, I'm not gonna bother shuffling up. There's no superpower. I'm just gonna play everything. So 4 recruit, 1 attack, and I got a sledge out here. Put the break over here. I'll put the sledge here. I could throw it right now to get 2 more attack, but it would give me a KO, and I do have a pretty thin deck, so I will throw it. I'm going to throw it right away. I love this card. 2 more attack. This keeps coming back. And I will hit the Giants to KO a gray hero from my discard pile. This time I'll get rid of a trooper from my discard pile. Speeding right along, I think I'm going to try to get some piercing energy to help with some things. There's 2 of them here. I should take advantage of that. I might lose one anyway. And I will pick up an electromagnetic pulse for 4. And Penumbra is there. Okay. Not a lot of... I haven't seen Cloak and Dagger yet this setup, so they're not really going to be helpful unless more of their cards appear. Alright, I got both sledges. I would love more. They're kind of safe from the scheme and the Mastermind. If I keep throwing them, the Mastermind can never take them, which is kind of cool. This is game 2. Game 1 was a disaster, so trying one more time. Turn 10. Dark Angel comes in. Already going a bit better. I played a strike for turn 1, so it totally whiffed. And I don't have to play random cards on this side yet. So I've got 2, 3, 4 recruit. I've got Dark Beast, who has X-Gene Tech. There is no tech for me to recruit. I don't have a discard pile, so I don't get to do the KO. I just get 2 attack when I play it, and then 2 more attack. I have enough attack to fight and gain Dark Angel, the other hero class that I need for a Moon Knight deck, which is Instinct. So I will pick it up for 4. Actually, I will fight it and then pick it up for 4 attack. And then I have 4 recruit left. Now, what can I do with this? I can take Polaris. I really don't want to split up these piercing energy cards. You want to keep them together so you can potentially get 6 to hit the Mastermind. I've also got solar-powered Sunspot, which wants sunlight, but doesn't care about the cost of cards in your deck. So this one's fine to take on either side, and will give me some extra firepower. So I'll pick it up on this right-hand side for 4. All right, more Polaris. See if I can make that work. Turn 11. I do have to play 2 random cards. Actually, it's going to be 4 random cards. Another psychotic break. Should I discard to have the other side get the psychotic break? That might be smarter, because then I don't have to play 4 cards all on my own. Although this deck is this build kind of is fine with playing random cards. The other one is going to be tougher because Moon Knight's got more superpowers. So I'll keep this one for myself. So I got 2 psychotic breaks. I forgot to put the counter up. I got 2 psychotic breaks here on the left, which means I got to play 4 random cards at the start of my turn, which is fine. I'll deal. Like I said, it's more friendly for what I've got here. So first card is a Shield Trooper. Second card is the Sledge. Sledge goes over here because I say so. Third card is an Agent, and the fourth card is Absorb Radiation. Absorb Radiation gives me 1 recruit, and it is Sunlight, so I draw a card, And it's Prodigy. All right. So I've got another Sledge to play. I got another Trooper. And I have Prodigy. If I play Prodigy as a copy of Absorb Radiation, I might be able to get 4 Recruit if I draw a Recruit and I can get another Polaris, which would be worth it. If not, it's going to be kind of a waste of a Prodigy because I'm copying a 2-cost card. But I think time is of the essence, so I will capitalize on that. I will play Prodigy as a copy of Sunspot, so I'll get 1 Recruit, and I do get to draw a card. It is an agent, so that was worth it. So I get 1 more Recruit, and I can pick up another Electromagnetic Pulse to hopefully get some nice piercing energy synergy before it's too late. 3, 4, 5, 6. Not a very good hand. These are the cards I wasn't able to KO. Early in the game, if you get a really good hand, that means you have a hand of grays coming, or vice versa. Turn 12, another Master Strike, so this is the bad one. Okay, so he's not dominating anybody, but now he's going to take 2 non-gray heroes from each of the player's discard piles, which means he's going to steal Sunspot and Polaris on the left-hand side. That's okay, that's why I took so many Polaris cards. Other side, he's going to take Dark Beast, Solar Powered, or Dark Angel. What's better? I want to keep Dark Beast. And I think I'm going to give him Solar Powered and Dark Angel. So unfortunately, he took 4 of my cards. Alright, so he's buffed up and he stole my things. He's up to 15. That was a bad one. Now, back to my regularly scheduled turn. I have nothing to wall crawl. So I'll take a chance on the top card of the deck. Crescent Moon Darts. Top card of my deck is ranged, so I don't draw a Lockjaw. But he was just very happy to be there. Climbing Claws gives me 2 Recruit. I got 3 more Recruit on top of that. 1, 2, 3, and 1 more attack. With 5 Recruit, I could take Contest of Strength. The superpower is not that impressive. Discard the top card of any player's deck, then reveal the top or bottom card of your deck. If the card you reveal has an equal or higher cost, you get +2 attack. Works nicely with his Thorn Artifact, but that's on the other side. But again, in the spirit of moving the HQ, I'm going to take the card that gives me 3 attack. Even though I probably won't be able to trigger it. Alright, we got a divided card here. Also, superpowers are not going to trigger as often on the left-hand side with those Psychotic Breaks. But I'm going to get my own Psychotic Breaks on the right-hand side, too. And I was doing so well till I wasn't, till he started stealing stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next up, we have Zutak coming in. And it's time to play 4 random cards. First up, Absorb Radiation. Once again, 1 Recruit. It is Sunlight still, so I draw a card. I draw Polaris. Okay, well, at least I know Polaris will give me piercing energy even if played by one of these Psychotic Breaks. Second Recruit. Third card is another Recruit, Agent. And the 4th one is a Trooper. So what do I have left? I got 2 Agents. And I got Electromagnetic Pulse Polaris, which will give me... Well, it would have given me piercing energy anyway. The superpower is for drawing a card. So I do get 2 piercing energy, and I do draw a card. And it's 1 more Recruit, which is 6, which is great. Check out what I can take. I get Subtle Attunement, 2 attack, and then Covert. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck. You may KO one of them, put the rest back in any order. I don't have a lot of Covert, but I also don't have a lot of cards. This would still be worth getting. I could take another Pulse instead to even give me even more piercing energy. But first, with my 2 piercing energy, the only thing I can hit are the Giants, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. We'll hit them for 1 piercing energy to KO a gray hero from my discard pile. And again, I got a Trooper here in my discard pile, so we'll get rid of that. If I'm not careful, though, Shadow King can end up taking all my cards, so I have nothing left if I get rid of all my grays. Other option is I do have the divided Flee and Fight, Cloak and Dagger, which would be fine with the ranged I have. But I do think right now my best move is to take Subtle Attunement. It won't trigger right away, but I'll have to get some Cloak and Dagger and I'll make it work. So we'll Soaring Flight this to my next hand. I could throw the Sledge to hit more things. I get total of 5 attack. But that won't do anything for me yet, so I will avoid it. Okay, here comes my next hand. I'm surviving, if only slightly. I could have worse twist luck this time around, who knows? Alright, enough shuffling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a lot of recruit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm gonna have to get some covert over here. I got a covert range deck going on. Not too bad when I got Cloak and Dagger. Turn 14. Another Master Strike. This is good because I have no discard pile on either side right now. Good timing. He is going to KO all the heroes he previously had, but a second one whiffs here. Each player chooses 2 non-gray heroes from the discard pile. Shadow King dominates those. Yeah, just after these shuffles, no discard on the left, no discard on the right, so he totally whiffs and is back down to 11. 2 out of 5 strike whiffs with him is pretty good. All right. I have the whenever effect on the rooftops, but there isn't anybody on the rooftops. And there's nobody I can fight anyway. I do have 1, 2, 3 recruit. And what I'm going to do with Lockjaw is if you keep phasing him, then he'll just... It's almost like a artifact, but you have to manually phase him each time until you want to use him. Playing him for 2 attack won't do anything, so I'm going to go ahead and phase him, and that way I can get something new. So let's see what I get in his place. It is a shield agent. So Lockjaw goes to the top of my deck. Ooh, okay. Man, I got 4 recruit, but I want to keep Cloak and Dagger for the left-hand side. And I want to keep Polaris on the left-hand side. Oh, Matt the Wecker says, "Hey Bagel, great video earlier today showing off all the 2E changes. Excited for 2E to come to the randomizer. Breathe some life into those less exciting characters." Yes, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the video. There's a lot of really cool changes. I hope the set makes its way to me soon so I can play it and throw it to the randomizer. I don't quite have it yet, but I appreciate, I'm glad you liked the video. If you're watching this and you haven't watched it, check it out. I go over every single card that changed in the set and tell you how it changed when I think about it. It was fun to go over all those. So yeah, I don't want to mess with the HQ. I'm gonna do the sacrilegious thing and get another officer. So let's do it. It is all right. GW Bridge. Discard to draw. That's good. Next up, I gotta play random cards, so I'll hold off for a second. Turn 15, Spore comes in. He's got size changing tech and ranged, and fight. A hero in the HQ gains size changing tech ranged this turn. Do I have that right? It's been so long. So if I had a tech hero, if I played a tech hero and a ranged hero, Spore would go down from 7 to 5 to 3. I'm pretty sure that is how it works on those. Or is it he gets -2 if you have either one? I don't know why I'm getting all confused on that all of a sudden. The muscle memory just kind of left my mind. Okay, great. I think that recording that video kind of made me forget some things. Yeah, I love it. All right. I got 2 psychotic breaks here on the left, so I got to play 4 random cards. Let's see what I get, and maybe I'll be able to play my 2 sledges here. First card is an agent, 1 recruit for me. Second card is an agent, 1 recruit for me. Third card is absorb radiation, 1 recruit. And once again, it is sunlight. I got 4 out of 5 evens in the HQ, so I draw a card. That's an agent, which means that this 4th card I'm going to play could be that agent. So I got to shuffle them in. And the 4th card I play is a different agent. What does that leave me with? Another agent, another agent, Alright, I can get the divided Cloak and Dagger. I do play Subtle Attunement with no superpower and a Trooper. So yeah, I'm not going to hesitate. I'm going to go ahead and pick up a divided card here. Darkness and Light. KO power or draw power, lots of stuff on it. Gives you those triggers. Very, very good at what I'm doing here. That's an easy one. If I thin my deck down to a deck where I only have 6 cards, then Shadow King can't steal anything because won't have a discard pile ever. We'll see. I do have 3 attack. I could get 7 if I decide to throw both of these, which would let me get Dark Cyclops, which is a ranged hero, and does let me return ranged heroes from my discard pile to my hand, which could be very useful, actually, for my build. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to throw both of these sledges for 4 total attack, put them on the bottom of my deck, so 4 total, and I get to take out Dark Cyclops, which means I'm going to go ahead and gain him as a hero. Awesome. My next hand looks like this. Turn 16. Groot from Planet X. Again, he's going to splinter if I fight him and become half Groots. Let's see if the Crescent Moon Darts will draw something now. This looks like a fun mix of heroes. I stepped away for a while because I moved houses, but this might pull me back into the randomizer league. I moved houses as well about a year ago at this point. Time flies, wow. But I'm happy with my new setup. And yeah, come on back in. It's crazier than ever. We had to fight Epic Poison Thanos last week, and not a single person won. So I think if you're not joining last week, any other game's going to be better. So kind of a good time. Okay, top card of my deck is Strength, so I don't draw it, but I know what it is now. Which gives me Knowledge for Lockjaw. I could phase it to get 1 additional attack, which will give me a total of 7, which I think is something I want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and phase Lockjaw. And it'll phase out, and they give me the Contest of Champions. No power on this for me, just 3 more attack, and that's going to put me a total of 7. And I got 3 recruit. 1, 2, 3. I have 7, not 6 attack. Why did I say 6? Okay, so what can I do with 7 attack? I can reduce Timbuba's attack by 4 for the 2 hero classes I have. Let's just put him at 8, can't fight him. I can reduce Zutak by nothing, so I can't fight him. I can reduce Spore by 2, putting him down to 5. And I can give a hero in the HQ size changing tech range this turn. That's tempting. That means I could recruit Penumbra for 5, but I don't have 5. I should save that for when I can get a rare. And then finally I've got Groot from Planet X, which I could fight for 4, but then I'm gonna have 2 Groots come in and I can't fight either of those. Actually, I can fight 1, because I'll have 4 with 3 left over. Fine. Alright, let's do that. I reduce his attack by 2, thanks to the Contest of Strength card. He's 4 attack to hit. And the fight effect is 2 bystanders from the bystander stack enter the city as 3 attack splintered half Groot villains. When you fight one rescued as a bystander, so I will do that. I can use the tokens. So here's what it looks like. And the bystanders are going to be, hey, off the cuff, you're a splintered half Groot. How did that happen? And a standard. So I'll go ahead and save off the cuff from this epic Mastermind capture situation. So we'll take it out for 3. And I'll rescue him. And I've got 1 left here. Let me do it this way. It's not captured, it's just kind of being 1. Okay, with 4 recruit, once again, I don't want to take any of these. Which is unfortunate. I'll get a sidekick this time. Boom Boom is back. 1, a 2, a 3, 4, 5. And a shuffle, messing up that X gene right away. Great. Now, the left-hand side, I think, has some more potential. even though the Psychotic Breaks are in play. You can mix DC and Marvel. Turn 17 is another Psychotic Break. So, here's the deal. If I keep it in front of me, I lose the game. So I have to discard a card to pass it over or I lose. Yeah, sure. What did you hear? So either keep this twist in front of you as a Psychotic Break, can't do that, or discard a card and pass this twist to the player on your left, and that player faces a sanity test. So I'm going to have to do that. I'm not going to have enough to recruit anything anyway. Well, I might draw a card and do that. So in case I can do a recruit, I'm going to discard my Shield Trooper and have the right side gain a Psychotic Break. What rules did you hear about that makes them incompatible? Before I say anything, I'm curious what you heard. Because I hear folks say, I heard this, I heard that, it's not compatible, but I wonder what details you hear that makes you think it's not compatible. Just curious. So one on the right-hand side, or did you just hear that they're different and that's the extent of it? Okay, one Psychotic Break on the right, which means now right-hand side has to play 2 random cards at the start, and on this side I gotta play 4 random cards. As long as I play a range before Polaris, I'll be happy. Draft Patrol, showing up first. Second one, another Agent. Third one, yep, there's the Sledge. Sweet, it gets played. They are different. That is true, another Sledge. But different doesn't mean incompatible. There's a distinction there. And now I'll play Electromagnetic Pulse. Here we go. Yep, 2 Piercing Energy and draw a card, which means a full shuffle. Yeah, so the alien stuff is a bit is very different, and that is takes more work to be compatible. The only difference between Marvel and DC, from what we've seen so far, is A, the card backs will probably be different because they're going to have a DC logo instead of the Marvel logo. So you're going to have to get opaque sleeves like I have if you want to combine them without getting that knowledge. And second, there's a new mechanic called Hope and Fear, which is just a 6-point track, and cards will do different things based on how high the hope is or how high the fear is. The Marvel cards don't have that, but I don't see why they won't be able to play next to each other, just like in certain Marvel games, like Sunspot ramps up on the HQ, other heroes don't, but that's totally fine. We'll have to wait for that rule book and see how that goes, but I'm sure you can totally mix them. Everything else is the same. Terminology, for the most part, symbols on the cards, cost, the way it works. I definitely look forward to mixing those. All right, so now I've got a Cloak and Dagger card. I can't activate the Covert Power, so this Darkness side would just give me 3 attack. Yeah, so Aliens is in the Encounter system. There's a bunch of others. Encounters is different, where you kind of stack the counter deck to play out the story a bit more faithful to the original story. There's certain card types that aren't in those. But Marvel and DC, and also technically James Bond, Big Trouble in Little China, and what's the other one I'm not thinking of that's not in Encounters? Buffy, I don't think, is Encounters. They don't have that Encounters format, so they're a bit easier to mix. Still with some caveats here and there. And you can mix some Aliens and other Encounters cards. It just takes a bit more work and house rolling. Firefly is Encounters, pretty sure. So again, Darkness will give me 3 total attack, which won't really do much except for fight that half group. But if I play Light, I get 3 more Recruit, which lets me recruit more things, and reveal the top card of your deck. If it costs 1 or more, draw it. James Bond is less compatible than some of those other ones I mentioned, but you can still mix them together, because it's not an Encounters set. Might be a little awkward at times, but definitely mixes better than some Encounters. An important point is that Devin Lowe, designer of Marvel Legendary, is also designing DC Legendaries. So not only can you mix it like I said, but it's the same designer, which says something about the spirit of how these things might be able to be mixed, Top card of my deck is a 0-cost card, so I don't draw it, but that's okay. All right. I have 2 sledges I can throw for 4 attack if I want, but I have 5 recruit. Do I want to take another pulse to maybe get some more piercing energy combos, or do I want to take the divided Cloak and Dagger? I do have both covert and range, and I want those triggers for the other cards, but I also want the piercing energy. I'm low on covert, so I think my gut is telling me to take flee and fight. On that note about DC out of the country, I did hear that they did say they were not able to ship 2nd edition right now outside of the US, but DC, for some reason, they wasn't going to be the same situation. They might be gearing up to make that more accessible. I don't know. We'll see. It's a big maybe on that one. Okay. Got some good cards. Hope I play them in the right order. Actually, X-Team doesn't matter what order I play them in. DC is going to be a Gen Con 2026 release, so not too far away. Watch for August. Turn 18! More giants, probably some escapes. Okay. Each player discards the top 3 cards of their deck. Left-hand side, 1, 2, 3. Goodbye. Right-hand side, 1, 2, 3. Next card from the villain deck is another Giants. All right, so we have some escapes happening. Tim Booba's gonna run off. Say Tim Boo bye. And I got a KO hero from the HQ that costs 6 or less. Can't do this rare, can't do this rare. Oh, this is tough. You know what? I'm gonna keep the 2 Polaris cards since I took one last turn. Ooh, Reverse Polarity is such a good card. I hope I can pick it up. The Giants come in. Each player discards top 3 cards of their deck. Left-hand side is that and a reshuffle. What shuffles this back in? So I think the thing about Dark and or Hope and Fear, I feel like they've thought about it. That's all I'm going to say. It's when this was designed and tested, I'm sure they thought about it. And I think it'll be fine. Sure, it's been a factor. And discard over here. 1, 2, 3. 3 agents. And I gotta play another card from the villain deck. I don't like this at all. Dark Angel comes in pushing Zutak out. And he's got an escape, which is bad. So we have to KO a hero that costs 6 or less. I don't have a choice. It has to be a Polaris. That's too bad. Didn't want to KO her. And we got to demolish each player. Top card of the hero deck is a 3-cost Moon Knight. Each player's got to discard a 3-cost. Sorry, Maria Hill's got to go. And on the other side, no 3-cost. So that's going to be an escape here. In Buffy, can you pay to attack to increase the light at any time? Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm also a much bigger Marvel fan than DC, but it looks really good. We've been watching. Oh, if you want to join us on the Discord, we've been rewatching the Justice League animated series to get ready for DC. I'm trying to get more versed in my DC lore to more enjoy the set. I know a lot of the characters already. I've watched a lot of the animated shows, but still always more you can learn. Okay. Now, what was I doing? Do I have a tech in my discard pile? I do not. You can increase the light if you defeat villains in the Banker Streets. Okay. So it seems like it's easier to increase the hope in a DC game because you can just spend 2 attack once per turn to do that. I also have this theory that there might be a special rule that says if you're playing with cards that don't... I don't know how it was going to be phrased. I could imagine if you're playing with cards that don't affect it from the hero deck side of things, or from the villain deck side of things, you could have something that increases the fear on a twist or a strike by default. To counteract that, I don't know. And I don't know what I can do here. I have a total of 3 recruit to play, and a total of 5 attack if I play Lockjaw, but I'm gonna phase him and see what I get. Maybe I get lucky. And I'm phasing him for... Yeah, the animated properties would be a great way to get those. The bigger problem is sometimes you want to increase the dark, and there isn't a way to do that without a card that says so. What kind of situation would that be? Because, for example, Batman ramps up, he does better the more fear there is, but he also has cards that increase the fear. The 2nd edition Marathon is as soon as I get it. I do not have the set. It has not made its way to me, so I can't play it yet. But when it is in my possession, I'll let you know what my plans are for that. Okay. So I'll play... Oh, I had a Psychotic Break, I forgot. Let me back up. I might not have been able to do that. Okay, so I have to play one random card. I might end up playing Lockjaw. So backing up all the way to the beginning of the turn. Sorry about that. First card is Shield Agent. Second card is Climbing Claws, so 2 recruit. Okay, now I would phase Lockjaw out for that agent, and we're all good. 1 more recruit, 1 attack. Some of the heroes get bonuses for the dark. That just seems like a design flaw then. If he needs the dark but he can't advance the dark on himself, that seems like a design flaw. All the cards we've seen so far in DC that work off of Hope and Fear can increase those things, I think. At least the ones that work off of Fear, because Hope you can do that by default. Maybe there's a way to increase Fear by default. I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out. 2 attack, and yeah, I don't have attack. But what am I going to recruit? Let me back up. So I'm going to recruit I'm going to get a sidekick. If I'm lucky, I'll get a tech one. So let's get -2, recruit whatever this is, and it's Hairball, who's not a robot cat, so I don't get that. So I just will play Dark Beast for 2 more attack. We'll fight a Giants to... Actually, I'd rather save the KO for the left-hand side, so we're going to fight the Splintered Groot for 3. And I rescue this bystander. I might have mentioned before, but are we effectively removing the 1E heroes for the 2E version of the randomizer? Will it be whichever version you get is what we use? I will eventually be swapping over everything, but I'm going to give some time for folks to get it. Maybe a month or 2, I'll poll the community and we'll see, but at a certain point, yeah, we're just going to make the change and swap them all over. But I don't want to push anybody out who's just like literally not able to get it and wants to play the randomizer league, so I'll be testing the waters on that. But they're going to be able to... 2E is being added for the tournaments immediately because those tournaments are based on what people own. So there's no issues there. You'll just report 2nd edition like any other set when you sign up for a tournament, and then if everybody in a pod owns it, it'll be... it can be used. Turn 19. Oh, gross. Another one. That's how we usually handle sets when they come out. We want people to have time to be able to pick it up. Oop, I just threw my cards over here. Okay, 1. There are other heroes that can move the dark in a randomized game. They don't often, yeah. I think it was Travel Scythe who said that DC is a much more balanced game than Buffy. I might be saying getting the set wrong, but from what I heard, DC is very balanced, so that's good news. Okay, now I gotta play another card from the villain deck. It is Young Cassie Lang getting captured by the Giants. And left-hand side's gotta play 4 random cards. Here we go, we've got Absorb Radiation, 1 recruit. And it's mostly Sunlight, so I draw a card. Agent get mixed in. Yeah, honestly, mixing in DC to the randomizer is going to be a trip, so I look forward to that. 2, Shield Agent. 3 Shield Agent, and 4 Subtle Attunement. I didn't get a chance to do the superpower. 2 attack. Did I have a covert? I didn't anyway. What's left? I've got Dark Cyclops, 3 attack. And then X-Gene, range. I do have plenty of range on my discard pile. Return a range hero from my discard pile to my hand. I could take Polaris to take 2 Henchmen. And KO 2 Troopers. So I'll do that. Polaris is going into my hand. I'm going to play Polaris for 2 Piercing Energy. And draw a card. I haven't seen your comment on Game of Thrones. I've heard really good things. Of course, it's fully competitive, so you can't play it solo. So kind of hard for me to stream, but I've had some thoughts on the format. It's very interesting. 1, 2, 3 recruit. And let's do a bit of deck fitting as well. So like I said, I've got 2 Piercing Energy. Let's hit the giants that have the bystander for 1 Piercing Energy. KO this trooper for my discard pile. And get rid of that. And +2 towards 2 cost heroes or ones with size changing. That works towards the sidekick deck, so I'm going to put her off to the side to remind me that I can use her on a sidekick. And 1 more. We'll save the rooftops for Moon Knight. We'll take these other giants. I can KO another great hero from my discard pile for 1 Piercing Energy, and I have a 2nd trooper here that we'll take out. Really thinning this deck. So if I throw these 2 sledges, that's worth 4 attack. Wait, I forgot about Spore. Hold on. A hero with an issue gauge size changing attack range this turn. I don't have tack, but I could use this. I could use this to get a rare. Yes. I could get Polaris's rare. This will be really good. Reverse polarity is 4 recruit, soaring flight, and X-Gene. You can use recruit as attack this turn and vice versa. I think this is the best one I could take, or is Imperial Force better? Sunlight is +1 attack for each hero in the HQ with an even numbered cost. Oh yeah, that doesn't ramp up on my own cards. That's as uncommon. I think reverse polarity is still the best I can get because I can convert everything I've got into what I need. So yeah, this will be fun. Hopefully it won't get stolen. So to fight Spore, I have played a ranged card. So it's only going to cost me 5 to hit, which is exactly what I have. And fight a hero when the HQ gains size changing tech and range this turn. So I take it out for 5. I give reverse polarity, size changing range. So it goes up from 8 to 6. And I have 6 recruit. So we're going to go ahead and pick this up. You know what? She deserves the soaring flight animation. So I'm going to do that. She is going to soaring flight to my next hand. I love that. I gotta have a discard pile to make that work though. Which I'm not going to in my next turn, but happy to pick that up. It is very, very good. Hopefully I'll be able to use it before game over time. More Moon Knight. I was talking about how it's so funny what the randomizer does to you sometimes. I got Moon Knight in the Insane Asylum scheme, and Moon Knight and Sunspot are in the same situation. In the same hero deck. What do I get? 3, 4, 5, 6. With Polaris as the extra card. I can just pick up all the rares with that. Turn 20. Goom comes in. And he gets a bystander. I'm running out of cards in the villain deck. I've already played a lot of henchmen, so maybe it's an illusion. I gotta play 1 random card, or sorry, 2 random cards, 1 round of random cards. I'm getting somewhere good. I just hope the game doesn't end prematurely before I can do anything with it. Okay, 2 cards at random. First, Lockjaw has to be played, so goodbye. Oh, I forgot about Cassie Lang on the last turn. I got +2 recruit to use towards a sidekick. Well, I forgot, so I missed out. Second card is Boom Boom, another sidekick I have to play. Okay. What do I want to do with her? I need her around for the strikes. Actually, no, I'm just gonna play her as Boomer right now. And get her out of the way. I'll take the attack. And now I play everything else. I've got... Let's start with the... how much recruit do I have? I got a combo I can do here, but I need 3 recruit. So I gotta be careful. If I discard the agent, I won't have enough. So I'm gonna choose not to discard. I'm gonna play bridge for 2. I'm gonna play the shield agent for 1. And then I'm going to recruit Lunar Communion to the top of my deck with Wall Crawl. Then I'll play Crescent Moon Darts for 3 attack. Reveal the top card of my deck. It is Instinct, so I draw it. I'm going to play both Lunar Communion, which have 2 attack each. Whenever you defeat a villain on the rooftops this turn, you may KO one of your cards or a card from your discard pile. I'll play the second Lunar Communion, which means when I fight this giant at Jotunheim, I get to KO 3 cards. So let's do that. Oh, but I have enough attack to hit the Mastermind. Oh, that's so tempting. What should I do? Should I KO 3 cards or should I hit the Mastermind? Oh, a tough decision. I'm gonna double check my math to make sure. Yeah, so I played Lockjaw and Boom Boom. That was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He was at 11. KOing 3 cards at once will help me hit him more later on. But if I don't hit him right now... I really want to do that 3-card KO. Getting rid of 3 graves at once. I think I'm gonna do the KOs. And the reason why I'm gonna do that is because I could hit the Mastermind now, but I'm low on precious time to do so. It's a better investment even at this late stage to optimize my deck so I can get more guaranteed hits later. So I'm gonna fight the giants. You may KO a gray hero from my discard pile. And I can fight other villains too. So I will KO all 3 of the graves from my discard pile. 1 for the one for the effect, and 2 for Lunar Communion. So blow them all up. Next, I have 9 attacks still, so I can do another KO if I fight Goom. Or I can fight Dark Angel. It's probably better for me to fight Dark Angel because I could use his ability. So I'll take for 4, gain him as a hero. Plus, it's another hero for him to steal, possibly. Yeah, I'm happy with that decision. Do I have 3 recruit left? Is that right? Yeah, I guess so. Do I take Ride the Magnetic Waves? I don't really have a lot of covert. I just got rid of a lot of graves. That's fine. I'll take it. Soaring Flight's to my next hand anyway, so. Climbing Claws. 1, 2, 3. Why are these cards upside down? Okay. Oh, no worries. Okay, turn 21. Orgo. I can't fight him unless I already defeated another villain this turn. I'm not concerned with Orgo right now. Oh, and I gotta play 4 cards at random. I have no discard pile, so I hope I don't play the rare because I won't get the X-Gene ability. But I might not have a choice. We'll see. Agent. Oh, did it. So I don't get the cool effect on reverse polarity. I do get 4 recruit, though. I have no discard pile right now. 3rd card, another agent. This would have been ahead on the Mastermind if I did let myself recruit an X-Men first. But I'll get another rare. Let's see how far I can go with this. Absorb Radiation is played. 1 recruit. We are in Sunlight still, so I draw a card. I got 1, 2 more. And I've got the Divided. Darkness and Light, Cloak and Dagger. Yeah, this would have been a good hit on the Mastermind. I did play a Covert, So I could do a KO with darkness, so give me 3 attack. I wouldn't be able to fight anything with that. So I'm just going to go with light. We'll take 3 recruit. Speaking of darkness and light, reveal the top card of your deck. If it costs 1 or more, draw it. It doesn't. I do have my my stuff to throw. I love seeing that too. So I can get some rares. I think what I'm going to do is take Penumbra, since I have a couple of divided cards. Plus 4 attack is 4 attack. Or I could take Imperial Force, which maxes out at 5 attack plus 3. So 8. I think my gut says take Penumbra. I'm going to take Penumbra for 7. And then I've got 6 left. Let's go for another electromagnetic pulse for 4. And a sidekick. Alright. See if my stuff gets stolen or the game's over or something. I don't know. Stocking up for turns I might not be able to play. Moving over. Turn 22. Dark Marvel Girl. Ambush. Dark Marvel Girl dominates each hero, X-Men hero, that costs 4 or less from the HQ. Fight, gain this as a hero. There are none. So she doesn't. That's a very specific effect she's got. Now we need to play... I do love Big Recruit. I like Big Recruit on rares too. Okay. Let's play 2 random cards here. First one is upside down. It's Contest of Strength, so just 3 attack. The second one is a Trooper. What's left? A lot of grays. 2 recruit, no ability on Ride the Magnetic Waves. I get to trigger. That's 2 more recruit. 1, 2, 3. So I'm at 7 total. I can't get the other rare, but I can get a bunch of Moon Knight, which is kind of what I wanted. We'll take Lunar Communion for 3. We'll wall crawl it. And I'll take a Climbing Claws too, sure. Wall crawl that one too. Okay. Now let's see if I get to take this turn. Turn 23 is Dark Iceman. Really running out of time, but just trying to max out my score here. Let's play 4 random cards, and then we're probably going to hit the Mastermind this turn. We'll see. We'll see how many cards I can draw. 4 cards at random, starting with Agent. Divided, Cloak and Dagger. I have to choose. What else do I have in my hand? I probably want the range trigger. Probably better for me. So I'm going to take Fight, Cloak, 2 attack. And let's shuffle up. 3rd card, Dark Cyclops. Wow, X-Gene. Return a range hero from your discard pile to your hand. Guess what card I'm going to pick? Yep, this... oh no, this is a covert card. I was so close. That's okay. I could take Penumbra. Do I have any divided cards left? I don't. What would be best? I can get 4 piercing energy if I take... I could draw 2 extra cards. Yeah, I'm going to take Polaris, piercing energy, because I could potentially draw into some other things. Double checking, I'm at 2, I'm at 5 attack, and I return Polaris to my hand. But I'm still playing at random, so I have 1 more card to play at random. Yeah, it could definitely be worse. Okay, last random card is Polaris's Electromagnetic Pulse, and that's fine. I get 2 piercing energy, and I draw whatever is here. So let's draw it, and I get to draw again after this. I wish I could have thrown in the artifact in the middle. I might have done that combo. A shield agent. Cool. So, here's what's left. I have another pulse, so I get 2 more piercing energy. I get to draw 1 more card. Any wall crawling? I could wall crawl Moon Knight, but I'm not going to. I'll draw. Okay, cool. I got Absorb Radiation for some more card draw. 1 recruit. We are still in Sunlight, so I draw another card. Oh, cool. If only I had Penumbra in hand. I decided not to take it. But I've got Darkness and Light. I could play Light to try to draw another card, or I could play 3 attack for sure, which would give me the trigger to potentially KO some more cards with Subtle Attunement. If I hit the Mastermind, I can throw these 2 for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'll have enough attack to hit, even if I don't play Darkness. So let's take a chance. Let's play Light. I gotta make big moves. I'll play for 3 recruit. I look at the top card of my deck. Oh, it doesn't cost 1 or more. Shoot. Well, worth a shot. So when I play Subtle Attunement, it'll just give me 2 attack, no superpower, and then 2 recruit. So I'm gonna have to throw both Unstoppable Sledges. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gives me 4 total attack, and that is enough to hit the Mastermind. So let's go ahead and do that right now. He's not dominating anybody, so I just get whatever tactic this is. He's gonna dominate somebody now, I'm sure. Telepathic Betrayal. If the Betrayal of the Shadow Trap is in any victory pile of the KO or the KO pile, put it on top of the villain deck. Interesting. It's in the KO pile. This actually gives me an extra turn, even though the effect is bad. I welcome this. So it goes on top of the villain deck. I forgot he does that. I'll take the extra turn. Thank you very much. And wait, did I do that math properly? I probably just didn't subtract the attack. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Okay. I have 7 recruit. So once again, I have the divided Cloak and Dagger. I could phase those or get the attack. I want more sledges though, I think. Although I do have Penumbra. That's actually really good. Because I have the rare, I'll take Flee and Fight for 4. And look at what we got here. Yeah, exactly. We got Break Every Bone. Reveal a card from your hand on the top card of your deck, and the bottom card of your deck, you get plus attack equal to their total cost. I really do like this rare. Kuurth is pretty good. He's one of my favorite cards from the villain's line, I suppose. I'm going to take a sidekick for my last 2 of 3, and it's Rock Slide to shatter somebody. And that is this turn. I got Reverse Polarity with a bunch of junk, but I do have a sidekick, so maybe that'll be helpful. Oh, wait, I have 4 Piercing Energy I forgot about. I totally missed that, so let me back up. I'm still on the left-hand side's turn. I forgot about this Piercing Energy. I want to use it. So let's fight Goom to KO one of my heroes. We'll just KO this agent on the left-hand side, and we'll take out Goom and rescue the bystander. Okay, now to the right-hand side. I could have gotten through Orgo's fight restriction, but whatever. We are on turn 24, villain deck. It is the one we just put on top. Yep, so I can pay 6 recruit. Or again, the Suffer is each player reveals their hand, then each player chooses a Shadow X card from their hand or discard pile to enter the city as a villain. Now, that would be bad right now, because I'm pretty sure that Dark Cyclops is over here. And I have a Dark Angel here, so I have to play 2 cards first. I might be able to get 6 recruit this turn, depending on what Hairball draws, but we'll see. Alright, first random card is Lunar Communion. To attack, load it up towards the rooftop. Second one is Shield Agent. Okay. Well, Climbing Claws is going to actually give me its superpower. I get 2 recruit plus 1 for playing Lunar Communion first. That worked out in my favor. I got an agent. I have 5 recruit. So all Hairball has to do is draw a single recruit, and then I will be safe from the trap. I can't recruit and do a wall crawl, because then I won't have enough total recruit to pay for the trap. So I just have to trust in the heart of the cards for this one. I draw Climbing Claws. It's going to do it. Thank you. Thank you, Hairball. Climbing Claws gives me 2 plus 1 more recruit. Kind of a shame now I have enough recruit to get a rare, but I have to spend it on the trap so I don't make things worse for myself. So I'm going to spend 6. Good cat. I'm going to spend 6 to pay to avoid this, and I do get the VP, so that's good. Okay, I'm left with 2 recruit. I do have Dark Beast to play, 2 attack, and then X-Gene Tech. Do I have a tech in here? I must, right? I do. Crescent Moon Darts. I can KO a card from my hand or discard pile. Let's get rid of an agent from my discard pile. That leaves me with 5 attack, which means I can fight something. I'll fight Dark Iceman and gain him as a hero. And with 2 recruit, I can get a sidekick. There's Lion. Speaking of Pet Avengers. Jigglypuff got you with that one. Alright, it's a full reshuffle. I'm hanging in there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's pretty good. We'll see if this hand turns into a better one. Turn 25. Master Strike time. Okay. Okay, the good news is, well, KO all heroes dominated by Shadow King, then each player chooses 2 non-gray heroes from the discard pile. Shadow King dominates those. Right-hand side has no discard pile. Left-hand side does, but there's a lot of cards there, so I get to pick. You can have Rock Slide as an easy choice, and either Absorb Radiation or... probably just Absorb Radiation. All the other ones are pretty expensive. Yeah. Or Fight or Flee. I'll give Sunspot. So you take Rock Slide and Sunspot. Again, that could have been worse. So up to 13. With the horror plus that. Alright. Now I have to play 4 random cards. I hope I play the sidekick. Or I hope I wait on the sidekick, because I might draw something I want to play in a different order. Actually, I don't know, because Polaris will still work. I have X-Men on my discard pile. Alright. Oh, I played her first. Alright. So, versus Polarity, 4 recruit. X-Men, you can use recruit as attack this turn, and vice versa. I have X-Men in my discard pile, so that is active. Wonderful. Second card is more recruit, which I can make attack this turn. Then the sidekick. Draw 2. Got Penumbra as well, but no divided cards. That's a shame. You're going to use the same horrors I have, so Enraged Mastermind and the worst one, Legions Upon Legions. So we all have the same horrible experience. The 4th card is an agent. Yeah, I'm still playing, so I haven't updated the actual rules on the thing yet, so no problem. I got the Sledge. I got Penumbra, which unfortunately I can't do anything else with. I would love to play some divided cards this turn, but I don't have any. I got 2 more recruit. So, I could convert this all into 12 total attack, plus 2, and that would be enough to hit the Mastermind, or I can get some rares. But I probably should hit the Mastermind now. We're getting to a really scary part of the game, so I'm going to throw my Sledge for 2 more attack. And I've got 8 recruits, so I'm going to do is this. Convert all 8 into attack, basically, so I can hit the Mastermind again. Which means I choose a player to gain each of these. I'll gain Sunspot for myself on the left side, and I'll have Rock Slide go to the right. And we get another tactic. Let me subtract all that. Alright, Psychic Seduction. Shadow King dominates each hero that costs 5 or less from the HQ. Ooh, that's bad. There's 3 of them. 2 Sledges are gone. Could have been worse. That's the second tactic. I got further this game than the last one. So he's at 14 attack now. Which I still could have hit this turn. Reach for power, and divided. I can't fight Orgo because I haven't defeated another villain this turn, just a Mastermind. So that's the end of this turn. Good turn, though. There's the 2 sledges and a full shuffle. That rare is so good. I'm on a bit of borrowed time now, so we'll see how I do. 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, Penumbra and a Divided in hand. We'll see if I can make that work. Depends on the order I play things in. Turn 26. Another twist. All right. This is the penultimate one. This is going to be a psychotic break for this side. On the 5th twist, I lose the game. But right now, it's just a second psychotic break. So I survive, but right-hand side has got to play 2 random cards now at the start of the turn. Here we go. First card is Dark Iceman. X-Gene, draw a card. You know what's really funny? I wouldn't have been able to activate this X-Gene if not for literally just gaining Rock Slide from hitting the Mastermind last turn. The only card on my discard pile. So it does activate. Love when that works out. I draw an Agent. Next up is probably the same Agent. 3rd, Contest of Strength, 3 attack. And 4th, Climbing Claws, 2 recruit. What's left? I have no wall crawling to do. So let's take a chance on the Crescent Moon Darts. 3 attack. Top card of my deck is Instinct, so I draw it. It actually worked. Dark Angel, 2 attack. X-Gene Instinct, the next hero you recruit this turn has Soaring Flight. I don't have that, but I do get the 2 attack. But now Climbing Claws gives me an extra recruit. 2+1. And the Magnetic Waves doesn't activate, but gives me 2 more recruit. Which means I can get a rare. I can't hit the Mastermind, though. Which is unfortunate. Yeah. That's all I got. So Break Every Bone is 7, and Imperial Force is 8. I have a lot of expensive costs on this side, actually. So Break Every Bone might be worth picking up, even though I can afford the 8 cost. Although it starts at 0. Card from my hand, top card of my deck, bottom card of my deck. Let's say I reveal a 5 cost for my hand. I've thinned the deck a lot. I don't know which one to take. Although Imperial Force, if I can recruit properly, I can lock this at a certain attack. I think I'm still going to take Imperial Force. Am I saying that right? How do you pronounce this version of... Is it Imperial? Because, you know, it's like the word pyro. Some of the words that Devin chooses to use. And I thought I have a good vocabulary, but some of them are words I have not seen used in context before. Okay. I'm going to take that one. And I have 10 attack. I don't really need to fight any of these. I should wait for the KO with Orgo, so I'm going to wait. Let's see what I draw now. So close to hitting the Mastermind again that turn. Not quite there, though. Turn 27, what do we got? Uh-oh, that's bad. Another Giant. Each player discards the top 3 cards of the deck. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we'll play another card from the villain deck, which is going to be Dark Iceman. Okay, that could have been worse. Very few cards left. Very few cards left there. So I must play 4 cards randomly first. It is the same as Imperial, thank you, so I was right. I don't know why I second-guessed that. It's not spelled like Imperial, it can't be a homophone, right? But I guess it is. Okay, 4 random cards, starting with Absorb Radiation, 1 recruit, we're in Sunlight. Oh, no, we're not, we're in Moonlight. We are in Moonlight for the first time in a while. So this means I may put a hero from the HQ on the bottom of the hero deck. I will do that. I want it to be Sunlight again. I'll tuck one of these above and below. We'll see if I get it into Sunlight. I do, and now I draw a card. Cool, Divided. Please let me play Penumbra, please. Man, Penumbra combined with Polaris' rare would be great because I would get 3 attack and 3 recruit, and I can turn that all into 3 attack, or 6 attack. Okay, next card is... I should put this face up. Next is Unstoppable Sledge. Okay, I played the Sledge. Next is an Agent. And the fourth one is... Ah, shoot. Well, I have another one. This got played before Penumbra. I will take Fight, which will give me 3 total attack. I have to play it, not phase it. But now I can play Penumbra. Whenever you play a divided card this turn, play both sides as if they were 2 different cards. I'll play my other Sledge, and I will play Flee and Fight, so I get both effects. I haven't played a Covert, so I don't get the superpower on Flee. I get 2 Recruit, but I do get Fight, 2+1 attack. I'm at 10, which is fine because I have 2 Sledges, so I throw both Sledges. Double checking, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yep. And that's a total of 14 attack, which is just enough to hit Epic Shadow King once again. Which means I will gain the Sledge on the left, and I'll gain the Sledge on the right. I'll get rid of Moon Knight. You can get KO'd. And, alright, a third tactic. That's cool. Third tactic is Poison Their Minds. Each other player reveals their hand and chooses one of their non-great heroes. Shadow King dominates those heroes. Don't judge me. Alright, so we take out Shadow King. Alright, I gotta get 2 more hits on him, but I don't have a lot of turns left in the villain deck. There's only 3 cards left. Oh, there's 4 cards left. I lose in the last twist. How many turns do I have left? I don't know. It's gonna be close. And I could recruit something with... Actually, yeah, I will. I'll spend 3 of my 4 to get the above and below. Ooh, Golden Unca Khonshu's here. Okay, moving over. Only 5 cards, not very good cards here. And this could be the end of the game right here. 3, 2, 1. Okay, last Master Strike. At least the game's not over, but he's gonna get a lot stronger now. So, sorry, Ms. Lion, I am for real KOing you. And each player chooses 2 non-great heroes from the discard pile. Shadow King dominates those heroes. I got a lot of good stuff. So. You can have these 2, and then on the other side, you can take Rock Slide. Yeah, look at all those rares that aren't helping me. And probably ride the Magnetic Waves. Okay. Yep, that's 4. So that means he is at 15. That's a gross number. No pun intended. Alright, I gotta play 4 random cards. First up, Shield Agent. Next up, Lunar Communion. Third up, Trooper. And fourth up, GW Bridge. You may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Sure. Another Lunar Communion. Yeah, this is not going to hit the Mastermind. So, what should I do with this? Okay, Master Strike gone. 3 cards left in the villain deck. Oh, wait. I think... So what's left? 1 twist. If it's 2 henchmen, the game's just over. So this might be the last turn. I'll do what I can. There's not much I can do. What will give me the best score if I'm playing this for a league? Maximizing my VP. So I can do that by fighting the Giants, then Orgo, and being proud of how I did. So let's go ahead and fight the giants for 3. Okay, I look great here for my discard pile, get rid of the shield agent. And then with my 2 left, I can fight Orgo in the streets because I've already defeated a villain this turn, take him out for 2. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be the game. I lasted as long as I could, but I'll switch over because I'm pretty sure what's going to happen is this. Oh, even faster than I thought. All right, worth a try. This is my 3rd psychotic break, and man, I lasted longer in the Insane Asylum this time, but I just couldn't hang, and evil wins once again. I got closer, though. That was a rough one. Yeah, 2 giants left. If it wasn't for that horror, I would have won, but that's what happens when you play an epic Mastermind from the X-Men set. Legions upon Legions really hurt me. I did my best. I got a lot of rares, and I got to use Penumbra once, so that's a win, right? Let me give my score. Now, the thing I did worse in this game than the last one is more escapes, because I let them happen to try to survive longer. I had 3 escapes. 1, 2, 3. However, I did better, I'm pretty sure, in every other aspect. Yep, that's the randomizer. The difficulty is going to swing, and that's what I come in here with that knowledge of. Thank you very much. And thank you all for coming to this stream on my birthday week. It was very, very kind. I love doing this, and sometimes things line up real nicely. Okay, so I'm going to count my VP. I had how much on the left-hand side? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we got monsters. 9, 12, and then tactics. 18, 24, 30, 31, 32. On the left, 32 VP. On the other side, we ended up getting the trap, so that was a 4 and more monsters. 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Left-hand side definitely had a better strategy this time, but sometimes need the other side to help clear other things. And 29 turns is a better turn count for a losing game. I feel like some people are going to win this game this week, even though the horror is pretty rough. I'll go ahead and update this site with the info. And thank you for coming to watch yet another Randomizer stream. Next week will be Randomizer stream 170. I look forward to that one. I hope to have 2nd edition by then, and I would love to play some 2nd edition games. I want to get through all the schemes. I don't know if I'll have time to do that, but I'm going to give it a shot whenever it is on my doorstep. But for now, enjoy this Randomizer League this week as best you can, and I am going to sign off. I'm going to see who is actually streaming on Twitch right now, so we can send you over to maybe another board game streamer, because we want to support the community. I'm going to check that out right now. Okay, looks like... Who's playing board games right now? This is interesting. There's a group playing a dice game, Botany, the Board and Barrel B&B tabletop. I don't know them, but they have a cool tabletop camera setup, so I always appreciate that. So we're going to go ahead and... Oh, I'm following them. All right, we're going to go check them out. Please say hi to our fellow board game streamers, and I will see you next time. Take care, everybody.